Hey kids, how y'all doing? The other guys, they're doing their reading, so we're going to be a little bit late. And I thought since I didn't do this earlier, I might as well show off some books that are going to be in the auction tomorrow. I was going to do a whole video earlier, but we came home, we fixed dinner, and then I passed out. That's basically what happened. So yeah, I'll do that. Hello to Darth Cato and Darth Admiral. How are y'all doing? And we'll get this done tonight. We're doing Mr. Mxyzptlk. I always get the name wrong. I have always got a lot of people get the name wrong. I don't feel bad about this. Let me see. I'm trying to. There you go. I got a big box of comics in front of me, and I feel fine. All righty, let's see. How far down does this go? This first batch. Can And he's gone, and he's back. All right, this is why these days I always try to get somebody to come on with hello to everybody. All righty, so it's a very war story, Archie kind of week here. I've got this is Dell Air Stories, Air War Stories, excuse me, and this is issue number 1. Managed to get a hold of issue number 1 of this particular title. There you go. I haven't taken the labels off or anything. This is brand new. This came in and we were like, okay, let's go. We had to go out, and it's just like that, really quick like that. I don't even try to say, and then we have Air War Stories issue number 4. And we have Dell Comics Air War Stories issue number 5. Is it? Yep. Next up, we've got, we all love a little bit of ass, and this is the first ass. Not the first, but volume 2 first. There you go. Okay. Then I tried to get a hold of a couple of them, and I'm glad I got this one. It's not a hugely priced one, but it is a great cover, and that is issue number 26. There you go. I believe this is the origin of Infinity Inc. 25 is their first appearance. Let's see. Next up, we've got, this is definitely going to be $1, maybe $2. I mean, it is a 15 center. When is this? 1969? 69. Archie's Joke Book, 140. And then we have Archie, issue number 166 from 1966. And then we have Archie number 168 from 1966. There we go. And Archie 175, and this is 167. I told Gail, you want to sell some Archie, make sure that Betty and Veronica are in bikinis. It works. It works. Let's see. Mr. M is what I usually go with. Cool. All righty. You know what? I'm looking for any commentators or anything. If you guys, here you go. I haven't done this in a long time. If anybody wants to jump in. If you've never jumped in before, you want to join, hey, come on in. That's how Eric and everybody else joined up. Here we have The Punisher Meets Archie. That's number 1 with the die cut cover. I actually got the other cover coming as well. Here is issue number 162 of Archie's Girls, Betty and Veronica. Told you it's going to be War and Archie. I just kind of steered into it. Sometimes I shouldn't have, or I should have been a little careful. This is definitely going to be $1, maybe $2. I don't know. It's on one hand, it's 1971, which is 1 year younger than me. On the other hand, it's roughed up. So there you go. That's Betty and Veronica, and that is, hey, she's in the bikini, but it is a rough copy. 188. Next up, we have Jughead. And that's from 1972, 207. And hey, look, there's Betty and Veronica and Sabrina. Yeah, all three of them. Jealous? You shouldn't be. It's going to be at the auction tomorrow. You can pick it up. Next up, we have Archie's Joke Book, issue number 153. Betty, I told you, I got a lot of these Betty and Veronica in the bikini issues. Archie's Joke Book number 164. And then you have Josie and the Pussycats in the bikinis. Yeah. I sound like a pervert. Which, by the way, if you ask my wife. Okay, next up, we're going to go back to the war, but this time instead of Dell, we've got Charlton. This is Army Attack, issue number 2. And once again, all of these are going to be in the auction tomorrow, starting at 8 o'clock. I'm going to be going through these, figuring which ones are big dogs, which ones are in the $5 pile and such. We have Army Attack, issue number 4. And we have Army Attack, and this is issue number, well, we're going to take a little jump there, 39. And we have issue number, what is this? This is issue number 43. Okay. I don't know if this was a giveaway cover or whatever, but let's see, what do we got? Hey, Kato. Hey, dude. Hello. Bikini equals dollars. Yes. That is the equation we're going for here. I don't know if this is a giveaway or not. I have to look it up. This is Batman 608. This is the start of the Hush storyline, but this is the a New York Post exclusive variant. So there you go. Obviously, this is going to be one of the big dogs. As well as this, can never get enough of the Batman 89 movie adaptation, the Squarebound. Yeah. Good cover. Yep. Hello. Once again, anybody who wants to jump in, feel free to. I love the movie adaptations, and this is Batman Forever, the movie adaptation. I guess this could be considered a movie. I mean, it says movie classic right on it. But this one's from 1966, and it's got Robert Shaw in it. Cool. Oh, Telly Savalas as well. I've never seen this movie. I think that's Clint Eastwood. But this is the Battle of the Bulge from Dell. Glenzer, are you here? Come on, man. This is your right here, man. All righty. I know Glenzer likes the Silver Age. So does Dr. Silver. Hey, Henry, what's up? I like the Jack Nicholson Joker. Me too. Here from Charlton War Comics, we've got Battlefield Action. This is number 46. This is from 1963. And as you can see, it does have like a fold or right there. All righty. Now, I got these, but I have so many more coming. I don't know what possessed me. I like them. I know a few of you guys like them, but I don't know how few. I could have made a huge mistake because I've got like 10 or 12 in another. I'm going to pay for them with tomorrow night's auction, but they should be coming not the next week, but the week after because they're running every 2 weeks now. But this is Captain Carrot and his amazing zoo crew. That's issue number 14 with just a lot of animals. And then we have issue number 20 with Beast Boy from the Teen Titans, or Changeling as I know him, because that's when the Teen Titans were popular. All righty. Continuing on the war, I don't think that Clint Eastwood is in the Battle of the Bulge movie. I could be wrong. It looked like him. I don't know if it was. The box is that small, and I don't have my glasses on, so, you know. All righty. So we have Fightin' Navy, issue number 119. All righty. And we have GI Combat, issue number 1. No, this is from 1965. And this is from 1975. There you go, 10 years after. All righty. So sometimes I get excited. Oh yeah, I want that. And I go on and I click on and I bid for it without really checking out the condition. This is a dollar book. I overpaid because I was like, yeah, that will sell in a heartbeat. I really should have taken just a touch of time looking at the condition. It's the book is called Haunted, and this is a UK version of it. As a matter of fact, there you go. You can see it's UK because it says that UK sixpence. But also look at that right there. Yeah. I see some people would put like $2 on that. I don't know. England team needs a partner on this live stream at J Lucian. I left the I left the thing in the chat if anybody wants to jump in. We're waiting for everybody to get done with their readings. While we're doing that, I figured instead of starting 10 or 15 minutes late whenever they get here, I'll just show off some books that are going to be the auction because I didn't get a chance to do that earlier. Here's Josie and the Pussycats, issue number 40. Alrighty, that is a 69 book. And then we have Josie and the Pussycats, issue number 41. Alrighty. Still 1969. We have Jughead, issue number 169. And then we have some Justice League of America from 1981. This is issue number, what is that? 197. It says newsstand. I hate it when people do this. Don't give me, oh, it's a newsstand edition from 1981. Try not to find a newsstand edition. It's from the 1970s. It's the newsstand edition. I mean, granted, you find a 2000s, I get it. That's rare, but come on, not in the early 80s. But there you go. And then let's see, from Little Shop of Horrors, and this is from 1986. This is the movie adaptation of Little Shop of Horrors. Comic books are entertaining as well as educational, so occasionally. Oh, no, my glasses are right here, but yeah, they are broken. You can see I've got them taped up right here. So sometimes they skew or they'll just slide sideways. They're also dirty from what I'm seeing here, but yeah. And it hurts. It gives me a headache because they're trifocals. I'll never do that again. But here we have the complete life story of one Lyndon Baines Johnson. Okay, anyway, moving on. Next up, another one that I should have checked the condition before I bid. But hey, at least she's in a bikini. Then we have Mad About Millie. That's issue number 15. There you go. You can see right here. Like that's folded. I would just flap that over, make it look a little bit better. But yeah, I think this will probably be a $2 book though. Anyway. Next up from the year 1974 in Charlton Comics, we've got The Many Ghosts of Dr. Graves, and that is issue number 46. They make comics about presidents. Interesting. Well, they did back in the day. Yeah. Once again, guys, we will be judging Mxyzptlk covers, but the guys are late doing their readings, so I figured I'll show off the auction comics for tomorrow. So hang in there. We're going to get to those covers, and I've got a lot of good covers. So, yep. Hello to Thomas O'Donnell. What's up? Next up, we have Marines Attack. We had Air Attack. This is Marines Attack. And also, like we had Air War Stories #1, this is Marines Attack #1 from Charlton Comics. Now, it does have that going on right there already, but there we go. And then we have Marines Attack issue number 2. I really went in for the war comics and the Archies. Tell you, I don't know what it was. It was just like, oh wow, okay, click, click, click. A lot of times I'll just bid on a whole bunch of stuff, knowing I'm not going to win half of it or even a third of it. But sometimes it hits. Yeah, I never liked my trifocals either. They drove me crazy. I just got multiple strength. Yeah, I'm never doing that again. I'm going to have to skip tomorrow's auction. No! That's not what you want to hear, seriously. But yeah, I've been spending a little too much this week. So, hey, man, we've all been there. You know what? Feel free to hang out and join the chat and everything. So here is Marines Attack issue number 5. There you go. And we have Marines Attack issue number 7. And it's got the subscription fold here. Next up, we have the first appearance of Gravedigger. This is Men of War issue number 1. Never really boomed, did it? I think it's an 8 or 10 at tops. Let's see. Next up, we have Millie the Model, issue number 204. This is from 1973. I was 3 years old at this point in time. Hello to Ethereal. We now read Archie Not War comics, or at Archie at War. 1941's an excellent comic, by the way. Alrighty. I didn't get issue number 1 of the Navy War Heroes, but here's issue number 3. And here is issue number 4. And we have issue number 5. Alrighty. I've got to look these up because these are, in any condition, these books are desired. This is Patsy and Hetty. Patsy, for those of you who do not know, is Patsy Walker. And she did, hey, Dalton, what's up?
Not much.
Oh, hold up. Let me turn my sound up. There you go. Hey, Dalton, what's up?
How goes it? I'm doing all right.
We're going to do Mxyzptlk. But for now, oh, who else? Oh, RDV's in. Hey.
Hey.
But until... Yeah, I was just waiting for everybody, and I figured I would show off some comics.
Why not?
I showed off a few Millie the Models.
Honestly, the auction be the next day. You should show off some comic books.
I should.
Yeah.
I was going to do a video, but I ate the wrong thing, and I collapsed. So,
onions again?
No. Garlic.
Oh.
So it was self-inflicted. Anyway, this is Patsy and Hetty, number 90. Patsy is Patsy Walker, who is Hellcat from the Avengers. Yeah. And then we have Patsy and Hetty, issue number 99.
Yeah, it does help if you turn your name on so you can identify who's jumping in.
Well, I didn't want it to interfere.
Blocking, okay.
Yep. Here's 110 of Patsy and Hetty. And these are from, well, this one's from 1967. I didn't check the dates on the other two. This is 1963 and 1965. So there you go. And then we have straight up Patsy Walker, issue 103 from 1962. The Marvel Universe is just getting started at the same time this book is out. Mm-hmm. And it is actually in pretty decent condition too. So yeah. This one, not as much, but this is issue number 109 from 1963. I have been shooting for the moon on these things. I'm going for more Silver Age if I can, then Bronze, and I'm willing to wait. I usually budget out $150 to $200 for the auction, and I figured I'm willing to go a little bit higher for some Silver Age books these days than for.
Guess what? Casually, I don't know if you're a bigger YouTuber if they'll actually send you comic books to review. The Casual Comics, she had her thumbnail. She's holding the Harley Quinn fart book. I wouldn't even have a physical copy. That thing. Is
I would not have a physical. I don't have a physical. I read it, but no.
Oh, dude!
Here is
the days of this channel being large enough to get that kind of deal would be far gone anyway. And even then, back then, we were persona non grata, so I doubt that Marvel or DC are ever going to cooperate with us in that way.
The minute you start,
here is Reggie and Me, and this is issue number what is that? 64 from 1973.
The minute
Betty in a bikini.
The minute you start criticizing Marvel or DC, your chances of them ever being sponsored, And
considering I was Comicsgate, now Comicsgate is associated with what's his name. Here we have Batman 9 Lives. This is an excellent detective story. It's an Elseworlds book. Art is awesome. I'm considering, do I sell? Do I give away? either one. And then we have Kurt Busiek's Astro City. This is the Tarnished Angel. The same thing. I'm considering putting it on the wheel. You guys tell me which one would you rather have? Would you rather try to win it for free after you know, the whole thing about the every $10 spent, or would you just want it up for sale? So
honestly, I'm personally like, you know, I would love to be the second winner, get the instant credit more because it is nice to get the book, you know, but if you win the book and say you already own it, you know, then you're
well, you know what? Then we should make it optional.
Yeah, I mean,
if somebody already has the book, I'll go for the $5 store credit. Here's a case of I was looking at a book. It was obviously a Silver Age Western, and it's called Lasso. Can anybody point out the problem with it?
Let's see. Oh, hold on. The Indian jumping.
Dalton, you have to notice the problem with it. Oh, well, you're on a phone.
It's German.
Yep.
Well, that, but also the glare off the cover, the bag.
Okay, next up, we've got War Stories, issue number 117 from 1964. Star Spangled War Stories. And then we've got Star Spangled War Stories, issue number 138 from 1968. This is absolutely one of the great. I'm not even going to say one of my favorite, which it is. This is literally, if I were to get 100 comic covers, this is my favorite 100 comic covers. This would be on the list. That is badass. That is a great cover. You know how? Oh, this is a great cover. You cannot change my mind. This is fantastic. That's a 10. First cameo appearance of King Shark, Superboy Zero. Then we have let's see, Pixel's jumping in.
Hello, hi, I'm Pixel.
Hi, Pixel. And then we have Weird Mystery Tales from 1976. This is issue number 22. And we have Weird War Tales, issue number 29 from 1974. And from the year of my birth, we have issue.
So this book is a stone tablet. Then.
Yes, all right, because he come out you. All right, yeah. We have Wendy the Good Little Witch. This is issue number 60 from 1970. There we go.
70.
All right, we're still waiting for everybody to jump in, so I'm just showing off the books that are going to be in the next auction while we're waiting, and yeah, should be good. All right, next up we have the one with the magic word, all the way from 1978, an album called Equinox and a song called Sweet Madam Blue. Anyway, it's Shazam, issue number 35. Dun, dun, dun.
Damn.
Okay, in this next lot, and this is the way I ordered them. I ordered those from one person, and these came from another, but they sent them in the same box. So I've got to ask for a refund for shipping because I paid freaking shipping for both of them. Okay, you know what? I got this for the cover. Straight up. It's cheesecake. If they got rid of the hair, it'd be like a big old ass shot. But here is Aquaman number 18 from 1996. And that's Dolphin. Yep. That is sweet. All righty. Do not expect to see this in the auction. When I get a place that we're going to stay in, you're going to see this behind me on the wall. This is Aquaman number 62. It's one of my grails. This is the death of Aqua Baby.
Ah.
Yes. Great fucking. Talk about a 10 cover. That is awesome. And it's made of 10. It's really weird. Of course, I am a whore, so make a big enough offer and I will sell the books behind me. Let's see. We have from 1984, Batman number 378. I got this because I don't think I've sold any Mad Hatters. From Dell Comics and the year, doesn't say, Ben Bowie and his Mountain Men. This is issue number 12. And this from 1987. Star Comics, which is Marvel. Yeah, these are more modern than the last lot. with all their friends and their not so friends. Haha. And this issue, The Invisible Ray, or this is Rocky and Bullwinkle issue number 1. I know, Dalton, you're going nuts over this one. You're like, woo, the magic of Rocky and Bullwinkle. Yeah, you like magic. This fucker can fly. Alrighty,
you're gonna wind up like Moose and Squirrel if you're not careful.
He's Moose and Squirrel. Okay, you know what? I don't know what I was thinking because, in all honesty, this guy doesn't really sell. It's just they weren't all that. Yeah. Anyway, High Desert Rose. What do we got? Aqua Baby probably drowned. Alrighty. We have.
Is that where LK went?
Here we have. Here we have from 1976. We have Green Lantern, Green Arrow, number 91. And we have issue number 92. There we go. Trying to get it so the light doesn't reflect. Then we have issue number 105. Is Eric coming in?
Yeah, he was getting grab scene.
Okay. Then we have issue number 117.
He's got to take care of Coco.
And then we have 118. And here is 124. And this is from 1980. We hit the 80s. Here's 125. And 127. There you go. Some cool Green Lanterns. 2 tickets tomorrow for Snow White. If I gave those away, I'd lose viewers.
Yeah, your funeral, man.
Yeah.
You know the crazy part of it? You saw that the Asian actress who does the dubbing and the singing, or she's the Thai version for basically when they dub it over in Thailand.
Yeah.
Yeah. She dressed up as Snow White and she looked way better.
Way better. Oh yeah, I saw that picture. Yeah.
Well, it's because Rachel Zegler is a dead ringer, both politically and aesthetically, for AOC. Like if they ever do a AOC biopic, Rachel Zegler is who I would hire to play her.
Yeah. Is this Neil Adams? No, this is Brian Bolin.
No, this is Patrick.
Right. All righty, so let's get. I've only got this many left, so I'll finish this off. We'll get to the covers. We have Justice League of America, issue number 128. And then we have the Looney Tunes, issue number 1. And then we have Superman. This is 1985, Superman Special, issue number 3. And we have Brave and the Bold, issue number 174, where he teams up with Green Lantern. And here is issue number 176, where Batman teams up with Swamp Thing. And we have issue number 180, where he teams up with the Spectre. From 1987, we have issue number 237 of Casper.
A friendly ghost.
And here is issue number 20 of the New Teen Titans. And we have issue number 21. First appearance of Brother Blood and Night Force, by the way.
Interesting.
And we have first appearance of Zal in issue number 24.
Oh, is that Zal?
Yeah, that's Zal. Yeah, of Teen Titans.
That's all, folks.
And we have issue number 26. I believe this is the first appearance of Tara. Just like her, the first appearance. Yeah. And then we have issue number 30. The first Tara joins the team. Raven goes berserk in issue number 31. First appearance of Deathstroke's wife, Adeline Kane, and the first time we notice that Deathstroke is banging a 16-year-old girl.
Yeah. Things that could not be published today for 800, Alex.
One of the greatest comic books ever written and drawn, because it's George Perez. And that is issue number 39 of New Teen Titans. Oh, I'm sorry, 38. Wait, right? 38? Yep, 38. Because this is issue number 39 where Robin and Kid Flash quit. And then we have issue number 0 of one of the greatest runs in the 1990s. This is John Ostrander and Tim Mandrake's The Spectre. That's issue number 0.
I still need to get the trade or omnibus of that. For some reason, they will not reprint it, and it annoys me.
I know, right? Here's issue number 8, the glow-in-the-dark cover. Next up, we have What If? X-Men had stayed in Asgard. This is issue number 12 of Volume 2. And right before Volume 2 came out, in 1988, they released a one-shot special, What If Iron Man Had Been a Traitor? So there you go, gang. So all those books I just showed off, those are going to be in tomorrow's auction. Everybody's here. Eric said he's going to set this one out. So there you go, kids. Let's get to it.
Yes, Boyd, that is a very awesome Spectre cover, and Anglin recommended that to me years ago, and I still can't find a freaking omnibus of it because they won't reprint the dang thing.
Yep. Go digital is what I say, man.
Yeah, but but if it's that good, I want it on my shelf somewhere. Is the thing.
Now, I listened to you guys last time. I showed a longer version of the rejects. There's only 18 or 19 of the rejects this time around. So I figured, why not? I put so you could see the covers a little bit better. And here you go.
I know you're gonna dig this. Dig this. Dig this. Dig this.
Dancing makes you wanna move. Take on up and it makes you wanna groove.
All righty. Whoa, I put the book go for book 1 already. I didn't know I hit start. Whoops. Okay, but there you go. Let's do that then. Let me share this out here, or at least whatever I do, I show it off. There we go. And just to remind everybody, 1 is god-awful, 2 is horrible, 3 is very bad, 4 is bad, 5 is meh, 6 is average, 7 is 7 is good, 8 is very good, 9 is awesome. And I decided to change this up because it is the impossible. 10 is Clitpadzilgisgum. So there we go. All right. Yeah, sure. whatever it is when you say Mr. Mxyzptlk backwards. So again, say again.
Whenever someone says that, whatever, I think it reminds me of the Tootsie Roll song. Whatever I think I see becomes a Tootsie Roll to me.
Yeah.
The way you guys say it,
I don't need that song in my head, sir.
Whatever it is, I think I see
becomes a Tootsie Roll. All righty, you are in the first spot there, RDV, so you get book 1.
All right, I get to go into the gulag first.
Yes.
All right. What the?
Please face your wall now.
In the I believe it was either late 90s or early 2000s, they did villain one-shots. It was called New Year's Evil, and this is the Mr. Mxyzptlk.
I was gonna say it kind of looks like they're going for the DC animated universe kind of style.
A little bit. Also, this is back when Superman was electronic blue.
Oh, with the blue and the red crap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think they're making fun of it here because he's got his hand in the socket.
Yeah. I'll go 10 for the humor.
All righty. Cool. How about you, Dalton?
I'll go an 8. It's
all right.
It's weird, but it's not Mxyzptlk style weird. It's just the 90s being weird sometimes, kind of weird.
Alrighty, so Henry cut the whole go for in half there. How about you, Pixel? What do you say?
I'm not a fan of this at all. Like, not even on a humor side of thing. I'm gonna go 5.
Right, but we do know you don't have a sense of humor. Yeah,
he lost in the war.
That's right.
I don't know.
I lost it with Puppeteen's legs.
I believe it. Your direct quote was, "If it ain't Muppets, it ain't funny." Anywho, going to the chat. Let's see. We have Dark Admiral with a 9. IDK 5 says Eric and Boyd. You want to take it away there, RDV?
Sure. I'll take them all away. Look at these scores. All right. Darth Cato says it's a 5.
Meow. Jim Sorensen says 8.
I get the humor. I will raise it to 7, says Eric and Boyd.
Alrighty.
The Jackson Roy Cook says 6.
What's up, Jackson? He only shows up when he's on a Eric's on a panel. Nightmare Fuel says Cato. One sick dude says, meh. 5. Looks like an elf.
Michael Taylor says 6.
Trusty Sidekick says 5 minus the elf comment.
Henry Jamex is book of number 1. 5. It does nothing for me.
And he's suddenly walking for reasons, I suppose.
Oh no, he's been walking since the beginning, just not far enough.
Desert Rose says very electric.
I feel like we're running that walking joke into the ground.
No, we're walking that Christopher joke into the ground.
Maranya says, in a world where Mr. Mxyzptlk Mixie fused with Elmer Fudd in looks, simple and effective design, and colors. Score a clip score a 10.
Mxyzptlk.
We will get these names down by the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen.
No, we won't.
The joke is he's doing an homage to the electric blue Superman, but in order to do that, he's got to stick his finger into a wall socket. Kids, try this at home.
No.
No, don't try it at home. You know what, kids? If you're watching this program this late up in night, your parents don't love you.
Kids, don't try this at home. Try it at your neighbor's home.
Right.
Get your enemies to do it. That's the really fun part.
Who's next?
Ethereal Dragon says 8.
Jose Sarango says 6.
All right. Alrighty then.
That is that. All right, let me get the stop.
That's that.
By the way, Poison Ivy and Darkseid have over 150 covers. I didn't even copy the Poison Ivy series because I am actually thinking we can do an entire month of the Poison Ivy series. All right, kids, what we got here is 5 5s taking out 3 10s and 2 9s. And then we have 3 6s taking out 3 8s, 2 7s left standing. This is a 7. We begin our night in the 7s, which is good because 7s are good. All right, let's move on. And we've got Dalton going for book 2. If I get an Electric Superman joke and I've been reading the Mxyzptlk, then I'd give it an 11. All right, there you go. All right, see, it's all positive. Go for book 2. And Dalton, here you go. Sir. It is Action Comics issue number 80. All the way from the year 1987.
Good year.
Yeah.
It's an okay cover. I, for one, prefer when Mixie is meddling with the fabric of reality and stuff, so I wish it were a little bit on the trippier side, but it still has kind of that old school vibe that I also usually like. So 7.
All right. And how about you, Mr. Pixel Fingers?
Mr. Mxyzptlk.
Mr. Pixel Fingers. Yes.
Why are you licking it?
This one is good. I really like this one a lot. Much better. Let's go.
Mr. Lixafingle Pixel.
Mr. Pixelick?
Mr. Pixelick.
Let's go 8.
Alrighty. We go 8 for Mr. Mxyzptlk.
Oh, God. It's getting worse.
Alrighty.
That's what
RDB, what says ya?
Great goodness. Wow, that is cool. I like this cover. I will go a 9 on this.
Alrighty.
I just wasn't. There's just too much yellow in the background.
And I was just about to compliment the yellow background because they still managed to get a lot of detail on at least the foreground, the buildings. They almost look like it was drawn and then they just stuck those like color form pictures on, like South Park does with their animation. Because they almost look completely separated, but I like that because it just brings their figures forward a bit. Yeah, this is a different looking Mr. Mxyzptlk. Mxyzptlk, actually, I think is the way you say it.
According to Gilbert Gottfried, that's the correct pronunciation.
Yeah. But I dig this style as well as the elf style, so there you go. I'm giving this a 10. Let's get to the chat, though.
Jose Sarango starts us off with a...
Hold on, we got one more score before we get to the chat. Hello to the Melissa and Amy sisters.
Hi.
Otherwise known as the Lester girls.
There you go.
On sale at the auction. Not the girls, but the comic book.
The Lester ladies.
Yes. Unless... I'm just kidding. All right, what do we think of a 1940s here Superman with Mr. Mxyzptlk?
What an interesting thing! I didn't realize he went back that far. So he's a pretty early character.
He's a golden age. Yep.
Huh. I think this looks really cute. It's a fun little Superman. It almost looks like it's drawn to kind of. Well, maybe it is supposed to be a little self-aware, but it almost looks like a parody the way that it's drawn. Yeah, this is cool. I think I'll give it a, I guess it, hi, Henry. Hey, Dr. Keto. Hey, Roy Kirk. Hey, Michael. Let's see. I think I'll probably give it a 9. That's a cool city, though. And this was made in the 40s.
Cool city!
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Back in the 40s, was it?
Yeah, this is a 1940s book, yeah.
Wow. Okay, in that case, I 10.
10. All right. Melissa!
Yeah, 10.
All righty. There we go. All right, now let's go to the chat and see what they have to say.
Jose Sarango starts us off with a 5. Doesn't actually like it.
The Jim of Sorenson's says 7.
All right.
Amy, what does the cat say?
Oh, well, as I recall, he says meow, 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 meow. 7, which means it's all right. I'll give it a 7.
Eric and Boy gives it a 5.
D. There's a D in there. It's not Eric and a boy.
No, it's Eric and Boy.
And a D.
They're
Whoa.
not two people. Is Melician? Is Melicial? Is an N. Let's see. One slick dude says 7. Here he looks like a door vacuum cleaner salesman. But doesn't that make it even better?
Well, he's always been dressed like Elmer Fudd.
Right?
Dark Admiral March Hare says, which in rabbit means 7.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got the cat. We don't need to do the rabbit noise too.
Wow.
I don't think you're the one who gets to decide that, Beck, but I think it's already been decided.
Of whomever is reading, just have a good time.
I'm just going to say this, Dalton. If we get more animals in here, we're going to have more animal noises.
And Summoner says, yeah, it just doesn't fit for everybody or every animal.
But Henry Jeremick
says book number 2 Mr. Pixie Stick. Looks like I'm a fiber. It's a 4. But Desert Rose also wants to let you know that they think it's a 6.
You know that here's go with Godfrey. Remember, he reads that sign, says Jim Sorensen.
Oh,
all righty, and we have Henry.
We already did that.
Oh, where are we? Michael Taylor?
Michael Taylor.
Michael Taylor. Well, it's supposed to be Joe, but you'll do for now, Michael.
Michael Taylor will do.
All right.
10. Very cool cover. Colors and very nice details.
Mm-hmm.
It's an okay. Summoner is next. Go ahead.
That's a lot. Okay. Who's going to take it? Summoner.
Okay, go on ahead. Go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry.
I don't have any funny voices.
Oh,
Just use your normal voice.
You are the funny voice.
I'll give it a 9 back to popular demand. It's so, and Superman suffering already. And the city way under, they are way up higher. I wanted to give it a 9, so 9.
there you
Summoner,
go.
where are you from?
And Maranya says, in a world where Action Comics number 80 is a classic Golden Age feel to the illustration, Mxy looks like advertising mascots of the era. Simple background sets off the figures perfectly. Score a Mxyzptlk 10.
And Ethereal Dragon gives it a 6, and we have the stuff.
All righty, and so we have 1 4, taking out one of the 4 10s. We've got 2 5s, and now we're down to 1 4, but 2 6s takes out that 1 10, and one of the 2 9s. We've got 5 7s, wiping out the 9, the 8, and once again, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mxyzptlk lands a 7.
You know, Pixel, do you see what Jackson said? He said he missed our angelic voices.
That's right.
I think he was referring to the sisters.
How rude.
Yeah, not a good treat for cats there. Chocolate is, or any animal, actually, basically. All right, so we're going to book number 3.
Hey,
Pixel.
Gail, bad news. The cat got in the chocolate.
Yeah. Pixel, you have it. And this is Superman, Man of Steel, issue number 132.
Oh, wow. What fun colors.
Hey, kids, get ready to have a Mxyzptlk in good time. I think that this is fun-ish. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, it's getting better because it's supposed to be a what the hell are they called?
Macy's Day Parade.
Parade, yeah, parade balloons.
Yes.
That's fun. That's really good.
The assumption here is he turned Superman into a parade
balloon. Yeah,
and himself. So let's go.
Oh, he's just floating.
Let's go ahead and say, I'll go 9.
All right. And ladies.
It's interesting. It's funny because, you look at it and, like, objectively, I guess it has more detail and, like, some of the object renderings, and there's more characters, and there's things about it which I guess are technically more interesting, but I feel like it's a little noisy and just doesn't read as cleanly as the previous cover did, which isn't to say that it's a bad cover, just maybe that I don't quite enjoy it as much, but it's still really nice. I think I could at least give it a 9.
All righty. And Melissa.
I think I'll give it a 9 too.
All righty. And RDV.
People were complaining about him. I don't know if it was really complaining, but I was mentioning he looked like a used vacuum sales,
Yeah.
or whatever, I prefer that outfit. This is the one that always weirded me out because it's just like the hair and style. The other one looked more interesting, like the Elmer Fudd one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I do like it. The humor. It's the first thing I thought of when you say, "Oh, he turned him into a balloon." that's what he did in the cartoons. It turned people into donkeys and stuff.
That's what Dalton's been saying. He likes the covers where Mxyzptlk is more of the impish magic user.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a fifth-dimensional being, like projecting himself down to our three-dimensional universe.
They do become more. This is one of the few cases where I do like the older stuff, but the newer stuff is more imaginative. I do have to admit that. What did you give this, RDB?
Well, I didn't get it. You cut me off.
Sorry, go ahead.
This is a 9 for me.
Alrighty, how about you, Dalton?
I will continue the sea of 9s. I like the really vibrant colors, the concept and the humor of being turned into a parade balloon is very mixy, so 9. It just I knock it down 1 just because I wish that the aesthetics were as gonzo as the color scheme was. I feel like the color scheme is doing a lot of the work here. In a good Mxyzptlk cover, the aesthetic and the concept both kind of help each other out.
Okay.
You say gonzo?
Waka
I
waka.
want to get. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Didn't
God.
you have that? Yeah. Okay. Anyhow.
9.
Alrighty, I got it. I'm continuing as well on that 9 train. Let's go to the chat, and we begin with Eric.
Eric? Oh, you mean Eric?
Yeah, he said better.
Eric, the half a B, he gives it an 8, and then Darth Kato
Says meow meow meow. Meow meow meow. 10. This is a fun cover. Giving it a 10.
Okay, then we have, let's see, a 7 for Summoner, a 7 for Jim. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm the downer of the night, says Jose, giving it a 5. So we got 2 7s and 5.
No, Jose. Can't you see?
I was ready to pull out my poor man's Antonio.
Well, dude, I can't have silent radio, man. We got to.
One slick dude says 8. Eric and Boyd says 8 as well. Fun and colorful.
Wait, Summoner expounds upon that previous idea. 7. It's above average because of our little troublemaker, but I haven't read the stories, so meh. Let's see here.
Dark Admiral Marcher says, which means 7.
Oh, Admiral.
And let's see here. Maranya says,
we skipped Desert Rose. But
Yeah, we have 1 skip, Desert Rose.
Yes.
oh, there she is. Oh,
Man of Steel 132. In a world where modern rendering allows you to skip before Desert Rose. And the way that style works surprisingly well. She'll skip Desert Rose every time. Good, not great. Very colorful, but not random enough. Chaos with Mixie there. Score a Mxyzptlk 8.
Alrighty. Michael Taylor says 6. Cool colors, though. And Henry Jamek says book number 3. The cheeks and chins on the mother and kid look Doctor Strange is a 5.
And then Ethereal gives it an 8, and I gave it a stop. And here's where it scores. We have 3 5s taking out that 1 10 and 2 of the 6 9s. And then we've got, let's see, we've got 1 6, and now we only have 3 9s left, but we've got 5 7s. And so we lose the 9s and a couple of the 8s. This is an 8. Hey, we're moving up in the world, ladies and gentlemen. We're moving to
Slowly progressing.
Yes.
there you
Are
go.
you going to the east side?
Yes, we are, because we finally got a piece of that mother pie. All righty. And let's go for book 4, where the ladies will tell you it is ladies' night and it's feeling right. All righty, ladies, you have World's Finest, issue number 123.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
It's Bat Knight and Mxyzptlk. That's pretty wild. Are they from the same place?
They're both fifth dimensional imps, yes.
Okay.
Oh, what
That's
a
pretty
fright.
wild.
We don't know if they're the same species, but we do know they're both fifth dimensional.
But they have interacted in the Mark Way book.
They might know each other. They might go to the same comic conventions.
Of course.
Those two super imps created that weird beast, but even their combined magic can't destroy it. Oh no. And neither can Superman. Okay, that's not amazing.
Well,
Mystery sells the book. I'll give this a 10.
Alrighty. Melissa, what says ya?
Yeah.
Yeah. Definite. Oh no, I have no what happens. The characters are nicely drawn. It's dynamic. It's cool. Yeah, 10.
Alrighty. And then we have RDV.
10. Everything the girls, everyone else said, 10.
Alrighty. And Dalton, the Authenticator, authenticate this cover, please.
I am concurring with the string of 10s because this is the kind of wackiness that should happen when Mxy shows up. Imagine what we as three-dimensional beings can do to two-dimensional space, and then add one on because Mxy and Batmite are from the fifth dimension. So yeah, things should be
when the moon is in the seventh house.
Frankly, not sane from a three-dimensional being's perspective. So yeah, this is a 10.
And people know.
Hopefully, more of the same.
Well, it's
alrighty.
I love it because Batmite's always kind of like the dumber one compared to Mxy.
Oops.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'm digging on the fire breathing from every orifice animal here. Is awesome. Oh no, those two super imps created that weird beast. But even their nope. Can you see this? We need Beast Boy reading this.
Oh no! Those two super imps created that weird beast! But even their combined magic can't destroy it now! And neither can Superman!
Golf clap.
I was more concerned about the forest fire in the background.
What?
Right. All right, let's get to the chat. And I do believe we're starting with Jim Sorensen.
Oh.
All righty.
Jim gives it a 9. Let's see.
Jose Sarango says, here's my super biased take. I'm giving it an 8 because Batmite and the dynamic duo.
I call dibs on Henry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if he's married or not, but okay. That's a little forward, but rock on. Listen. Women are doing it for themselves. All right.
One slick dude goes ahead and says 10. Finally a cover I really like. Finally a cover I really like.
Book number 4 is a bore.
I'm out of a job.
That one was just so Raven. Let's see.
It was Breen. Before, yeah. Well, who knows this? As far as
Eric Breen gives it a 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Eric. If he's not here, Eric should be read as Regis Philbin.
Yeah, but I was gonna answer Jose's question. Does anybody know if Batmite or which one came first?
I wasn't at the
Mxy was first. The imps that like the heroes was later. Both Batmite and I believe the one that fanboys over Robin is called Larry.
Well,
or at least
Batmite was in 1959, maybe 60, 59. Detective Comics 267, 1950s. Yeah, 1959. I'm pretty sure that's 1959. And Mxyzptlk is I looked that one up, so that one's number 30.
Dude, I still love the fact that Mark Waid in his World's Finest, there's a whole Justice League of imps. Now
that sounds amazing.
It sounds like someone would have been dropping acid while drawing it, is what it sounds like. If it was drawn correctly.
7.
Yes.
Eric Boyd gives us a 7, and Darth Kato says another cool cover. It's a meow meow 10.
All right.
Ethereal Dragon says 8. Wow.
And so does Desert Rose.
Michael Taylor says 10. Very
it's
cool.
a 10.
Fun cover and colors.
I still want to hear that bouncy 10. All righty. Let's see. Who's that little Batman thing with ears? That's Batmite. Rhaegar says 8.
Every time you go do it,
says it.
Every time you do that, it sounds like Jimmy Durante.
That's what I'm going for. Because that's when you do that. When you do that voice, it reminds me of a snowy day where a magic hat turned a snowman to life.
Gilbert Godfrey.
Yeah, I thought you were trying to be like a poor man's Gilbert Godfrey.
No, I'm doing no. Because there was a character in Saturday Night Live. Martin Short played him, and he would go, "Give me a C, a bouncy C," and it just I can't do that, so I sound like Jimmy Durante, but I'm okay with that.
When Pixel does it, speaking of Saturday Night Live, he sounds like the Jewish mother stereotype that Michael Myers played.
All right, but we need to get to Clint with an 8, and then
I did a whole Clint, I love you thing.
World's Finest 123. In a world where Mixie teams up with Batmite, awesomeness abounds. This works for a World's Finest with Bats. Robin and Soups score an imp team up 10. We lost mystery.
Henry.
I'm surprised no one has made the imp possible joke yet.
We have waiting for Zach. We have 1 4, 1 6, 1 7, 1 4, 1 7, 4 8s, 1 9, taking on 12 10s. Ladies and gentlemen, the Knights first.
Dalton, 10. The fact that you made that joke and not Zach is inconceivable.
It was inconceivable. All right, let's go for what are we doing? Go for book 5. 5. Okay. And I'm gonna lead us off on this one. And this book is Action Comics number 102.
Sorry to hear that, Clint.
It shouldn't happen to Superman, but it does. Mr. Mxyzptlk and Miss Wonderful Lamp.
His.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. It looks like
they're doing an Aladdin parody bit.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing you're talking about. He made Superman a genie. It's a very simple cover. It's absolutely fantastic to me. I'm giving it a 9. What do you say, RDV?
What do I say? I love this version of Mixie. He doesn't have the weird like Larry. What's his name? Guy from
Larry. Oh, Larry David.
Yeah, he doesn't look like Larry David in this one.
He looks like Larry David stole Aunt Jemima's headkerchief.
Wow. Culture Appreciation Day. Anyway, it's the 10. I like it. Look at Superman. I'm gonna kill a little bitch.
Superman's pissed.
But I mean, does he get like genie powers? Can he grant wishes, or is he still like super fast and super strong, and that's about it?
I think he's just confined to the magic stuff because he can't use his powers.
Infinite cosmic power, itty bitty big thing. Is the joke that needs to be made because we're contractually obligated with genie related stuff.
Quiet, genie.
Alrighty, so let's see. What'd you give it, RDV?
I gave it 10.
Alrighty, and how about you, Dalton?
I am caught between an 8 and a 9 because I think most of my problem with this come from it being a crappy screen grab, so I don't think I should hold that against the comic. So
like
9.
Like it's a panel from the inside. I see what you said. No,
I get it. The screen grab just looks overly faded, but I can see what it's supposed to look like. So 9.
Well, I will say you could probably find an oversaturated cover as well. These really old books sometimes are hard to get a really good old comic. Pixel, what do you give this?
10.
All righty. And ladies?
Yeah, this is really cool. It's a simple concept that's stated very cleanly. The characters have nice expressions and the posing works. It's very cool. I wonder when the smoke tail for the genie was first introduced.
Oh, that goes back for a long ways. There are 19th century books that drew genies that way.
We're going to call that a lesson for another day. What do you score this here?
Very interesting, Dalton. Thank you. I'll give this a 10. It's very cool.
You know what you need to do? Go back to this video and then have edit in. And Dalton, go put an asterisk and then have like a little fact to pop up video.
Oh yeah, pop-up video. Yeah, that would be awesome. Okay, Melissa, what do you say?
Also 10. And I also like the folded arms thing is just like, apparently, is that also 1800s and older? Come on, find that out sometime.
The thing with genies kind of doing that semi-formal bowing pose, that's also fairly old because, of course, the folklore of the jinn comes from the Islamic world, and during the medieval period, that was kind of just formal attire for servants.
Really? They're supposed to be like a bow.
Let's go to the chat. Let's go to the. I'm sorry, I am going to kind of rein this in a little bit more because we had a late start, but
we have Jim Sorensen, Dark Admiral March Hare, One Slick Dude, just those three giving it a 10.
And Desert Rose gives it a 9, but Eric Breen gives it a 10 too.
But what does Darth Kato say?
Darth Kato says meow meow 10. Yeah, you know.
Book 5. It's a 5. Simple as that.
Jose Sarango agrees that it's a 5.
Eric
and Boy says 6. And Clint, we love you, gives us a 6 as well.
Cyborg, this is a ridiculous 10.
It's little Rhaegar. It's not Cyborg. Summoner. Superman looks hella pissed off. I kind of dislike Mr. X anyway. He is a nuisance, but I like the cover. It's an 8.
Go.
And MARANYA says,
in a world,
Action Comics 102. In a world where Eric Breen's not here to read these off, but he's in the chat.
Reading them off.
With a cat named Coco.
Coco.
Golden Age goofiness to the Mixy degree. How did this happen? Because Eric's not here. That's why Mystery and Whimsy both sell the book.
There you
Score
go.
a lamp 10.
Michael Taylor says 9. Very cool and fun cover.
Give me a C.
Let's see here.
Good night, Mrs. Cavendish. Oh, okay. Anyway, go on.
Black Spider gives it a 7. Ethereal Dragon gives it an 8. Let's see here. Oh, I think that's all of our numbers.
We did it.
And we had 2 5s, 2 6s, 1 7, 2 8s.
That's great.
We have 11 10s, ladies and gentlemen.
How are we out of numbers?
But we also had 4 9s, so this is a 9. All righty. Any tie-ins in the lower score wins. So there we go. All righty. And there we go. Okay, we are we did a circle here. We're going back to the beginning with RDV. Go for book 6. We are not doing polls until we get a little bit caught up.
Sure.
We are like 2 months ahead right now.
Oh, awesome.
So,
I refuse to degrade myself by doing the pole dancing.
there you go. But let's see. It's RDV. And, well, you know what? You were insulting this cover when it was in the auction, so I wonder what you're going to give it here. This is Action Comics number 563.
Let me circle back to my comment. See what I did there? Circle back. Yeah. What the heck is he stepping on? Is that some kind of like Muppet?
That's Jimmy. That's Jimmy Olsen.
Oh, it is. Oh,
What?
Yep.
he's now the boy blob. Oh my goodness. Superman's pulling his. What is he, Popeye?
Superman's pissed at the two of them. Yeah, so he's rolling up his sleeves, coming in to beat the shit out of them. There are 3 feet fun-filled stories in this one.
It's
Your
just
ad, Amberspug. The winner gets to put his name up in the place of Superman's above the Action logo. And that's no big deal. I already did that once. Hey, no fair. Your elbows are off the table, Mr. Mxyzptlk. Olsen, quit jumping on my foot. Wait your turn. There you go. Okay.
Ironically, the voices don't sound anything like that.
And yet they do. They do.
Not in my head.
The voices in my head just keep telling me to go take a dump in the steak.
Because that's Gilbert Gottfried on the left for second wall. Anyway.
I went 1970s on that voice.
What the heck is it? Just the. I don't know. The ambush bug, the way he's dressed was just weird. Remember in the 90s, we ever had those big old jeans, the Janko jeans, whatever there was? They're just the ones that are like huge.
Yeah, I thought they were horrible. And considering in the 80s we had Guess jeans, and then they went to those big Green Acre shit. Yeah, I didn't understand. Anywho, what do you rate this cover?
I'm giving this a 6. That's just so
fun.
It ambushes you. It takes away all the fun.
Entertaining. Okay, 6.
None of the 3.
All righty, Dalton, what do you say?
I'm going to go a 9 on this one again, I think.
All righty.
Because it is much more on the whimsical, bizarre side that a Mxy cover should be, but it's still holding itself back too much, I think, a little bit.
Okay.
I feel like Ambush Bug is taken away from Mxy's.
Let me see. You are on, Ambush Bug. The winner gets to put his name up in place of Superman's above the action logo. There we go.
That's no big deal.
Thank you. I needed that. I like it. I really do. I think this is great.
He likes it.
I'm going to go ahead and give this a 10.
Alrighty. And ladies, what do you think?
I'm sad that Jimmy got turned into a blob.
Oh, it's okay. It gets better.
He gets better?
Yeah.
And he is eating Ambush Bug's foot for revenge.
Oh.
He doesn't mean to, though.
Turn people into things?
Well, if I could.
Are you saying that something's afoot down there?
Something is afoot. It's fine. I don't think I like it quite as much as I've liked some of the others, but it's not bad. I'll give it an 8.
I love it, Amy. Thank you. It's fine. It really sucks.
When you're trying to find something nice to say, yeah, it really is like that.
The damning with faint praise there, yeah.
Okay, Melissa.
I think
what do you think?
I'm kind of agreeing with Sis. It's about an 8. Character design. It's a funny. It's a really funny. It's very funny setup. Sometimes some of the art feels a little, but it's still cute. So yeah, it's 8.
All right.
Now I just realized Ambush Bug looks like a homeless man who just walked out the alleyway.
Yep.
After he's in the bathroom.
All righty. I love this cover. Always have. It is a 10 for me. It's just pure insanity. It's a lot of fun. All right, let's get to the chat and see what they have to say about this awesome cover.
Yes, what does the chat have to say?
Well, it starts off well, but quickly it goes downhill.
All right. So start for book 6. Eric Breen gives it a 10, as does Rhaegar.
Michael Taylor says 5. Man, it should have just been me winning.
And then the next 3 people are 7s. Wow.
Jose Sarango. I like this cover except for one detail that I refuse to go into. It's a 7.
Are you saying that he is a Puss in Boots, Jose?
Eric Boyd and Black Spider both give it 7s. And Darth Kato gives it a meow meow 6. As does Marcher, but bunny sounds instead of meow meows.
The cat and the air both give it 6? Oh.
What does Henry Jermick say, Melissa?
I'd have to go better.
Oh,
Amy, but what is
back? Henry Jermick, book number 6. It's a 5.
We could have got the other Raven.
One Slick Dude gives it an 8.
Desert Rose says 7.
And Jim Sorensen. How's it pronounced?
Sorensen.
Sorensen. Yeah. And Jim Sorensen says 5.
It's like sriracha. It's Sorensen.
Don't mess her up on purpose.
No, that's why we always call it Jim Sorensen. He says it says.
Yeah, I know. I'm messing around.
I know. Let's see here. Who's the green guy? No one knows except for Angleton.
Say again? Who what?
They're asking who the green guy was, and I said you're the only one.
That's Ambush Bug.
It's the Martian Manhunter's cousin.
And Maranya says,
Action Comics 563. In a world where the kind of random chaos that is Mxyzptlk personified. What the elf is going on? Mystery and whimsy are selling this book. But where is
the Batman?
Where's home?
He's at home washing his stripes. Okay.
It has a decent rendering. Score an ambush 10.
There you go.
Ambush Bug. I don't have him anywhere. Dirk Beetle. Thank you.
Yay! Summoner says, I'll give it a 10. Poor Jimmy Olsen. He is a hero. There you go.
They call him a rug muppet. Beetle. We are. Okay, that I think that's. Oh no! If you're a dragon, comes in with a 9.
Oh, there you go.
And Summoner says, "I'll give it a 10." Poor Jimmy Olsen. He is a hero. All right.
We don't need another hero.
Don't do that. Don't do that to me. Tina Turner was she was 45 years old. I had a teenage crush on that woman. She looked hot. I'm sorry. She looked hot in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. That's indisputable.
I hate that song, though.
You need to go. And then when you do a corkscrew and a Buick.
You better watch out. You'll be stuck rowing on a river.
All righty. Let's see. We got the stop, and this is the scoring. We had 3 5s and 3 6s taking out 6 10s. Then we have 4 7s taking out 2 of the 9s and 2 of the 3 8s. This, ladies and gentlemen, lands in 8. It is a very good cover.
There you go.
That apparently I forgot to add to. How did I miss this?
It's okay. We understand. It's you.
Oh, did I already move it? Oh, that's right. I put it at the 7, but Ethereal Dragons last minute 9 moved it to 8. All righty. Whoop. Did I just cut? Okay, nope. There we go. All righty. Let's go for book 7. Go for book 7. And that is Dalton's turn to lead us off again. And let's see what he gets here. You get a Superman cover. This is issue number 335.
Where's his head?
It's behind the cape. Look, Superman, I turned the Daily Planet into a real newspaper building. So imagine what my magic powers can do to you. Alrighty, Dalton, what says you?
I like the cover. I like the colors especially. I do think that it's like focusing on the wrong thing a little bit. Like, I can't quite even see where Mxyzptlk is on this cover. Maybe it's just because I'm on my phone and it's too small, but like, it's centering Soups when it doesn't really need to, especially with that, with the caption box. I would have focused on the Daily Planet being like a newspaper origami structure.
You have the entire building be the background, and then you have him saying what he's saying to Superman as he's blasting him. But it's a more of an up close of the building. That way you can see people behind them as he's doing whatever he is doing to Superman. You don't even need them blasting, just the two of them in front of the building, but the building really should be in the center.
Yeah, it's like the vibrancy is good, so 7, and I'm being nice, I think, just because it's focusing on the wrong thing.
One thing that is often said here is great concept, poor execution.
Yep.
Pixel,
this is one of those.
What do you think?
How do you mess up execution?
Look, Superman, I turned the Daily Planet into a real newspaper building. So imagine what my magic powers can do to you. This is a 10.
All righty. And ladies, what do you think?
You can when behind the newspapers, you actually can see inside the little offices. Like there's little rooms there, and people are kind of running around, which is a neat detail. But it also means that the newspapers are gigantic, which I suppose is a given if it's the size of a building. Or is it supposed to be did he shrink the building? Well,
Yeah,
now that's a heck of an issue with scale, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we're on the same page, Amy. I was thinking along those same lines of like, if this is supposed to be oh gosh, what did he do to this building? Then the building should be the focal point, not Soup.
Right. Yeah. It is kind of neat how Mxy's got his head up over the Superman logo. That gives it a little extra dimension. And again, trying to figure out what the scale is between Mxy's Superman and the building, it's kind of hard to tell exactly how everything is. I would like it a lot more if you could see Superman's head, though. It's distracting that in that cover, there's no reason he should have. If his head were that below his cape line, then his shoulders need to be rolled over and his torso needs to be turned in a little more. You could flare the cape up more, but you should probably push that shape a little more exaggerated. And even then, it's a strange choice to make in a drawing. I mean, unless you're trying to go, and I turned your handsome face into this thing or something, and it's just like a mystery or something like that. But this just seems like a lot of elements that are a little confused.
What do you score?
But overall, it's still well drawn, and I do like the colors. I'll give it an 8. Yeah.
All right, Melissa.
Okay. I really enjoy this cover.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean the paper, the dimensional, the paper peeling back and showing little buildings underneath. The inking, it's like if I see really good inking in a cover or something, I'm always dazzled by some good inks.
Those are nice.
And the color is very appealing. I really enjoy it. I'm going to give it a 10.
All righty. And then we have, excuse me. All right, so who's next? That's RDV, right?
Blah, 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 blah. 10.
Did we skip Pixel?
No.
No. We
Okay,
skipped
what
you,
do I-
though. Unless you started us off.
No, this would have been me. This was
Dalton started off, right?
RDV, Dalton.
Did you
Okay.
skip yourself?
I think he skipped himself. That's why I was confused.
Yeah, you know what? Okay, yeah, I'm thinking who.
Once
I
in a
remember
thousand
talking.
years, this does occasionally happen.
I remember talking. I just don't remember. Okay, so seven.
I mean, to be fair, you take your turn when other people's turn, so we never know when your turn is.
Well, no, I usually let you guys go. Then I take my turn. Let's go to the chat and start off with Eric and Boyd and Black Spider 7 and 6.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Jim Sorensen gives it a 7, and Michael Taylor.
Michael Taylor says 10. Very cool action cover, colors, and nice colors.
Very nice colors. Eric Breen gives it a 10. Darth Kato says fun cover, giving it an 8. Meow. I threw in the last meow.
That one slick dude says 7. Perspective is off, and you should be able to see Soups' head. But here, he looks headless. Cape is too small to be hiding his head. Dark Admiral Marchair says, Witch and Rabbit means 10.
And Desert Rose and Sammy agree. It is a 10.
Yep. Ethereal Dragon says 8. And go ahead, give Raven for Henry.
Raven.
Book number 7. I like this one. I like to think that Mr. Pixie Stick exploded Superman's head. It's a 7.
Summoner is summoning a 9. I'll give it a 9. The bodies are awesome. And Maranya says,
Superman 335 in a world where a wonderfully rendered cover with lots of details in the newspapers making up the building or those lies about Spider-Man. Subtle color background sets up not only JJ, but Soups and Mixie perfectly.
Somehow
Score.
this is Spider-Man's fault.
Oh no, it's Spider-Man again.
And if he shrunk the building, it's that web swirler! That cake stealing, hubcap stealing, skyscraper defacing!
Yeah, actually, I have a list. Give me a second.
You do have, that's right. You do have a list.
We're talking about that web swinging, wall crawling, hubcap stealing, skyscraper defacing, cake eating, glory hogging, coffee drinking, masked menace, Spider-Man!
Yes!
That needs to be sung every Christmas, like 12 days.
That's right.
Yeah, you need your own record, like they do for the old DC jingles.
I miss the plot segments we used to do on the Marvel role playing game.
Thank you.
Those are fun.
All right, who
I
we
love
on?
making those videos.
Rhaegar Targaryen gives it a 10. And let's see.
How's it going there, little Rhaegar?
I believe that is the last of the numbers.
MK
All right.
gives it a 10.
Oh, well, there you go.
Hey guys, I'll go 10. Like, Maya's like, haha, Soupy, you're no match for me.
Yep. That's pretty
Alrighty.
much how it is.
And the way this scored out was 1. We have 1 5. We've got 1 6. We've got 6 7s. We have 2 8s, 1 9, and they're going after 10 10s. And the 10s lose. It is a 9. All right, we're going to move on to number 8, and that was Dalton. So this is Pixels, and Pixel gets an AOS 441. Otherwise known as Adventures of Superman 441.
Okay, here's my problem.
Mhm.
It's drawn very well, but it's kind of boring to me. You know, I don't know. Compared to other things we've had tonight, like I get the trippy floor, that's fine. But it's not doing much for me. I'll go 7.
All righty. And how about you ladies?
Just artistically, this is really interesting.
Yeah.
Just kind of the way it kind of bends the planes, but they're still, they're working together. I know it seems like a little basic to go with like a checkerboard pattern, but it's a standard for a reason. And it's just really interesting. I do like the way Soups is distributing his weight on his arms here, where he's kind of keeping himself propped up. And the draping on the cape through that little opening is interesting too. I don't see a lot of through. Oh, of course you wouldn't. I'd love to see the sketch for this. But still, just kind of imagining where the through drawing would be. His leg pose looks pretty good. And the rest of the fabric, the way it kind of tumbles in the opposite square, seems like it too. There's a reflective quality on it, which is interesting because you can also see that it can be gone through. It's a really interesting piece. This is something I would like to try and draw too, just for kicks. Yeah, I think I'd have to give it a 10. It's just kind of a cool piece.
All righty, Melissa.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of feel. I guess the first one I saw when I saw it was kind of like it's very impactful, and honestly, I find it beautiful. How like some tiles are just reflections, and the others like it kind of it's a really good optical illusion trick of I can call it the color there. Some of the blues and the other tiles are just dark reflections of the tiles, and his ties kind of mimic that reflective look, and it's just very impressive. I think I'll give it a 10, and yeah.
All righty. And RDV.
I love this. Superman's being taken out by the go-go checks. It literally is. This is great because as it goes up into the top of the book cover and everything. Yeah, this is the 10.
I did not notice that it's really the go-go checks coming down rather than just a floor. That's very that is an incredibly clever cover. All righty. Dalton, what do you think?
Okay, so like on a technical level, everything about this works. And the colors are all very nice, and the aesthetics are all very nice. But if I were to describe this color to you, which is like Superman melting MC Escher style into a checkered floor pattern, courtesy of Mxyzptlk, I am 90% sure that all of you, everyone within the sound of my voice, could come up with a better way of conveying that than this baby's first MC Escher we have here. So I have to knock it down a few points just for sheer dint of, based on that premise, you could have done a lot better with this. So 8.
Alrighty,
well, he's not melting. He's not melting. He's actually, if you look at his hand, is also going through and grabbing this up.
Yes, but regardless, given that premise and the abilities and aesthetics of Mxyzptlk, this could have been done 10 different better ways.
Body, his body is kind of coning
with his cape too.
Yeah. So it is a bit.
He just fell through a hole. That's all. His hand's grabbing the other part where the other one's the hole.
That's a gorgeous
So
hand.
we have 4. Who do I not have? Because Pixel started us off.
AI.
And then so we had
1, 2, 3. No, it's right.
What did you score this, Dalton?
I scored it an 8.
8.
Knocked off 2 points because it could have been more creative.
You know what? I'm agreeing with the ladies on this. I really like this one. This is very clever, and it is very well rendered. John Byrne's Superman. All right, let's go to the chat.
That explains it.
And start with Summoner saying, "Oh wow, a 10."
Yay!
Oh wow!
Oh great. Admiral Marchhair agrees, and Eric and Boyd gives it a 9.
Jim Sorensen, however, says, 5.
Darth Kato says, I like it.
Did I bounce out?
It's a meow meow 10.
No, you're fine.
Well, if you can't hear us, Angleton, you're a dork.
Raven.
Goodbye, Angleton.
Henry Jeremy.
I'm here again.
Oh, you're good. Dang it. Wait, what is that? Is that the kick button? You're gone.
Henry Jeremick.
Yes.
Says, book number 8. I like the effect of the black tiles on the floor. It's an 8.
Yeah.
One slick dude says 8 as well. Well drawn, but Soup's facial expression looks like he's taking a dump.
Yeah, I was not going to read the second part. it's
honest.
And Eric Breen says 10!
Desert Rose gives it a 6. And Dragon gives it an 8. Let's see. Oh.
Little Rhaegar says this is a 10.
Black Spider says 8.
Black Spiders gives it an 8. Which is appropriate because they're arachnids.
True.
MK says disturbing in a way since half his body is a part of the checker or chessboard. I'll say 10. And Michael Taylor says 7. The art's good, but can't go any higher. Not a fan of this cover.
Maybe if it had better color and detail.
And Maranya says Superman 441. In a world where amazing rendering of Superman sinking into the go-go checks towel floor. Simple, effective. Mystery of how this happened plus whimsy. Who the hell is whimsy? Mystery is supposed to be selling these books. He's
Fun to study.
Perfection. Score a Mixie wins ? 10.
All righty, and let me get the second stop. All right. And scoring this thing out, we have, let's see, 1. We got 1 5, 1 6, and 2 7s and 1 9, taking out 5 of those 10s. And then we've got 5 8s, taking out the other 5 of those 10s. But there is 1 10 left, ladies and gentlemen. Another 10 for the night. All righty, barely, but it made it.
They could go really creepy with this. They could have had him be like Superman on a pile of just cubes.
That's why, that's one of the ways they could have done it better, and I would have given it more points.
We are now sitting with 2 7s, 2 8s, 2 9s, and 2 10s. Let's go to book number 9.
That actually have in the book of the Magic Order, one of the first volumes.
It does have a teacher.
They turn people into cubes.
Alrighty, and this would be the ladies.
Oh,
well, it's ladies' night. You get Action Comics number 112.
Oh no! Poor Mixie. It's Mr. Mxyzptlk again, playing a goofy game with Superman in the cross-country chess crimes. This is pretty whimsical, I would say. Poor Mixie. Superman looks really happy. That's good, I guess. He has a very short cape, but he's like also
A little shorter.
A little shorter, so that makes sense. I don't know. I like this. This is cool, and I do like all the warm colors. I'll give it a 10.
Alrighty. How about you, Melissa?
I'm just like amazed at Superman's patience with this guy.
Yep.
It's a solid illustration. It's like
it makes me think of Q and Picard.
Yeah.
That's
a good. Yeah, I can see where you're getting that from.
That's a good fit right there.
The illustration is gorgeous. And it's kind of nice. Oh, well, look at that. He made himself a chess piece, too. So at least he's being fair about it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So I think I'll give it a 10. And he kind of has coming a little bit for what he did to him in the last issue.
Alrighty. RDV.
Are you skipping yourself again?
No, I go last.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reminds me of remember those horrible bust statues they had in the 2000s? Before they started doing the actual full gallery ones bodies, remember they only had the half bodies?
Busts or what they call it.
Yeah, I always hated those. That's the first thing I thought of. But it's Rock'em Sock'em Robots too, as well. Yeah, I'm gonna go 9 with this.
Okay.
I understand this is early years. If this had been later, he would have just used his laser vision on them. So.
All right. Pixel or Dalton. Dalton.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 9 on this. It's got that nice golden age feel to it. I can almost hear Mixie like making the Zoidberg / Three Stooges noises as he's running away. Yeah, it has a Looney Tunes vibe, which I don't necessarily mind because it does work with Mixie, and the checkerboard pattern is back again. Ironic that these two were one right after the other. So yeah, 9.
So I guess it's checkmate.
Pixel.
Listen, between these two covers, this one and the last one, this is what I want. It's fun, silly, ridiculous, but I love it. Love it.
Yep.
Hey!
This is what Froggy wants to do to Puppet Team.
I've got to think of you say I love it. You got to say it like Frank Langella in the horrible movie Cutthroat Island. I love it. It's awesome. Yes, none of y'all saw that movie. I did, and it's awesome. And so is this cover. I'm giving it a 10. Let's go to the chat.
I only know Frank is Skeletor.
Hey, that works too. All righty. Yeah, I'm giving this a 10. Let's go to the chat here.
No, but seriously, it looks like Rock'em Sock'em Robot because he's knocking him up, punching him.
Like, is that even going straight up?
And then the chat says, Eric says 9, Rhaegar says 8, and Black Spider says 6.
Black Spider says 6.
Ethereal Dragon says, rawr.
That translates to.
Hey, could use some of the supporting cast as other pieces. Yeah, honestly, if this had been a Justice League cover, they would have all been chess pieces.
No,
that really could have worked, yeah.
But what does the summoner Summoner say?
Summoner says, I'll give him a 10. Nothing better than a handful of fists in Mixie's face. He likes it. Mixie just got punched.
What does Darth Kato say, though?
Darth Kato says, meow. Superman looks very happy to be giving Mixie a concussion. It's a 10.
Michael Taylor says, despite me getting hit, 10. Very cool and fun cover. nice colors. I said this a million times, and I want to say it more.
It is.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I gotta ask, so did he have, in order to get rid of him, even back then, the original appearances, did he have to say his names backwards, or could it like?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's always been that rule. Okay.
That was fairly early on established.
Okay. What color is the great one? We're great on this one.
What color is the great on this one?
I don't understand. I think she had a stroke.
Oh, I'm sure she's fine.
I like the colors on this one. I will go 8, right?
Oh, yes, it does have lovely colors.
Okay, but Jim Sorensen says 9.
Oh, she said the colors look great on this one. That's what she meant.
Of course. I'm sorry. I was trying to figure out little red, yellow.
She fixes it lower if you guys.
Yeah. Well, we're on StreamYard. So it's like I'm having a stroke reading it.
Sorry, Riz. Jim Sorensen gives it a 9, and One Slick Dude says 8. Red was a poor color choice for the chessboard. Yeah, that's more like checkers, I guess, but I really do think it's a nice bright poppy color. They didn't use white nearly so much, I guess.
The principle would lead through.
Could be.
Action Comics 112. In a world where more golden edge goofiness is a deceptively simple rendering that works perfectly. Score a checkmate 10.
Alrighty.
You're gonna bust your vocal cords someday doing that.
No,
haven't yet.
Only on this channel. We bless other things.
I'm the one that's losing my voice right now.
I know.
Oh,
he keeps yelling.
It's a wonderful thing.
You're gonna sound like Gilbert Gottfried permanently.
Henry Jeremek says, book number 9. It's a 4.
Desert Rose says, I like the colors on this one. I will go 8. And Admiral March here says,
which translates to 9.
Yep, there you go.
Rager, who is Franklin Jella?
Boris Volcom in the Ninth Gate. That's where my brain always goes.
It was because you said exactly what he played in He-Man.
No, he's saying how he spelled it, Franklin Jella.
Franklin Jella, yes. Alrighty, so the scoring here.
MK.
MK says,
Yo, I know Frank has a sudden chief of a sudden newspaper, as this Mixie reminds me of the one they used in the animated series with Godfrey's voice. 10.
That was a great episode. He just kept sending him back so quickly.
I love that they got Gilbert Gottfried to voice Mixie in the DC animated universe.
Yeah, Amy, the episode where he goes back every time he sees his wife and she's mad and he pops back.
Funniest. That is the greatest animated DC comic episode of anything.
At the end, she leaves him.
I love the one where Mixie winds up in court and his own people basically exile him.
This gets 1 4 1 6 4 8s and 4 9s, and it's going against 10 10s, and this one ends up a 9.
Yeah, Franklin Joel also was Dracula. I forgot.
Yep.
Which one it was though. But
that was good.
Best Dracula. Christopher Lee, sorry, is the best Dracula. Gary Oldman probably had the better movie, but
yeah, he did. All right, so I get to lead us off on book 10, and book 10 is Countdown to Final Crisis number 23, and we have a very angry-looking Superman going after a chained-up Mr. Mxyzptlk. This is a bit more serious than the other covers. I do like the colors on Superman coming up from the fire and such. Everything looks cool here to me, but I don't know. Something's off on the proportions of Superman. I'm giving this one an 8. What do you think, RDB?
Superman looks like Andy Richter. You remember Andy Richter was the sidekick for Conan O'Brien?
Yeah.
So it kind of look the way he's drawn his face, everything, his hair, kind of looks weird. Yeah, the arms are really, proportions are off. It's like Superman just lost some of his muscles and he's got springy arms.
Well, yeah, no, I would actually say it looks like he skipped leg day. Like his legs have to be that tall,
Well,
and his body is that tall. You know?
This is probably a Rob Liefeld cover. Didn't even show the legs either. But
at first glance, I thought, wow, this is a cool cover, and that's why it's so high up. But when I'm staring at it, I'm thinking, ooh, this.
Well, the other thing is that
it's got trouble, my friends.
The other thing is that Superman's got a weird laser in the middle of his forehead, too.
And that too, yes.
Yeah, I don't. This is weird. I'm gonna go 8.
Alrighty, and how about you, Dalton?
This is the most like 90s of 90s covers possible with somebody like Mxy, I think. I can't say anything about the quality of the story, but there's just something about Mxy being in this kind of aesthetic, this edgy 90s extreme aesthetic.
Well, it's 2000s, but yes, I think
that does not work at all. Like, and the point and the reason why is very simple. If Mxy ever took anything seriously, the entire DC multiverse would be balled up in a trash can somewhere in his office or something.
Right.
But like, yeah, it's an interesting idea, but my God, does it scream, we are so trying to be edgy. 6.
6 from Dalton. What do you say, Pixel?
I hate it. I'm trying, like, for what I'm looking for, this ain't it. This ain't it.
This ain't it, kid.
This
right there with you.
I'm going 4.
Flat and sassy. How do you do? All right, let's see. We have the ladies next, because it's ladies' night. And they're feeling
right.
Yeah, I feel like the only way this would kind of work if it's like, oh no, Mxy's been like, I don't know, like he's among a court of like his peers or something, and they're like, you're in trouble, Mxy, and there's a bunch of little Mxyzptlks around, like that are like fifth dimensional imps that are like giving her a hard time, and like Superman's there as a witness, and Mxy's kind of like up at him, and Superman's kind of like
that would be a funny
story. That could be kind of funny, and it could have that idea of Mxy kind of being in trouble, because
it'd be an interesting idea for a story if Superman actually had to save Mxy once, but I don't think that's the route they're going here, because if that's the route they're going, then what's with all the fire and brimstone, so to speak?
Right, because none of that would bother him anyway.
In the 2000s, superheroes were a bit edgier than.
I felt like some kind of evil threat started basically destroying and overthrowing like all the dimensions, and there's only a few people who know who the threat is and what's going on. And
well, that would be interesting if it's like somewhere like, okay, if we're gonna solve this threat, there's only one dimension bending being I know of who might be able to help. But last I checked, he was on an asteroid somewhere because he got in trouble with his other 5-dimensional beings or something.
He definitely lives in prison.
I dig the thought of us thinking of better covers and better ideas than what we're seeing before us. But what do you rate what is before us, ladies?
This has a lot of issues, so I'll just I'll go 1 below man and give it a 4.
You're giving it a Harry Potter Dobby 4.
Does he have a sock?
Don't sass Dobby. Dobby's fine.
That's what it looks like with the hair like that. And
Dobby will not let you harm Mr. Potter. So what do you say, Melissa?
Free elf.
Dobby is a free elf.
Some of the technical skill of like Mxyzptlk himself, the way his hands are drawn, the texture and the dimensionality of the chains and the coloring. I feel it's at least a 7. Even if the story is a little too not quite in keeping with the spirit of the character and the universe as a whole.
You could, in theory, do Mxy in a serious story, but if you did Mxy in a serious story, it would take a lot of doing to get there. And honestly, if Mxy ever started to play things straight, he would be like everyone in the universe has to come together to beat him big bad.
Yeah, they actually did have they had an issue where Mr. Mitchell, he learned how to lie, which is something he didn't know how to do. And that's, so if he said that you say his name backwards, he's going to leave. he leaves.
He has to, yeah.
He actually learned how to lie, and then it's like, okay, now you're in trouble because now you've got a serious.
Because he doesn't have an off button now.
That was post-crisis Lex Luthor, right?
No. Anyway, where are we on the chat there, kids?
Let's see.
Oh wait, no, we didn't get it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need Melissa's score.
Oh, I gave it a 7.
You gave it a 7. All right. Okay, cool. I was
one slick dude starts us off in the chat saying Soups looks weird. Isn't that easy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Like I said, he's got tiny little legs in this picture, and you can't see them, but he has to. If you look at where the ground is versus him, his legs are this tall.
Liefeld-ism.
Yeah.
This is the classic case of Liefeld-ism.
Desert Rose comes in with a 5. See? But Jim Sorensen says it's the 4. Hello to Tony Hayes. What does the Michael of Taylor say?
The Michael of Taylor's gives it a 5.
5! There
you go. Darth Kato says meow meow, which means very creepy. Not a fan. It's a 5. And hi, Tony. Oh, hi, Tony.
Tony Hayes is 7, man.
Don't need to say any more than that, man. Oh, here's Rhaegar.
Little Rhaegar. This was Zack Soups and Mxyzptlk. Got sucked in those scary and preachy Jack Chick tracks from the 1990s. 4. And Black Spider. That's 4 as well.
Are you trying to talk like Ted?
Eric
No,
Breen
I'm losing my voice.
gives it a 6. Oh, we'll cover for you then.
It's okay.
Summoner says 5.
What about Ethereal Dragon, who says 8? And Jose Sarango, who says 5.
I think you're losing your voice.
Huh?
Anywho.
Well, he's been doing impressions all night.
Yeah,
I was wondering when it was going to cut out.
Excuse me, guys.
He says like a sympathy thing, and then he keeps doing it anyway.
He keeps going, nice, this looks dark.
Because the show goes on.
Superman Unchained. Dalton. MK's trying to talk here. Mixed chain, haha. I like how gritty this looks. I'll go 10.
There you go.
Eric and Boy D 6.
Admiral March Hare gives it a 7. And Maranya says
DC 23. Oi, this is bad. Very bad. Do not like it all. The worst of modern rendering in one cover. Who approved this cover for print? Fire them. Score. Why, oh why did this get approved for a second printing? 2.
No.
Why is Maranya Irish all of a sudden?
We're all Irish, boy.
She's been Irish all of her life when she wasn't Italian.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought Maranya was very, very Italian.
Yeah, I think the one thing that's most important to remember is the Irish just want to be Scottish, just like the rest of the world.
And he just started a war again, and somebody is gonna push Northern Ireland into the sea.
Raven.
Henry says, book number 10, Mr. Pixel Stick, is rendered well. The fire and ice crystals look good, but Engeltine is right. Superman's proportions are off a little. It's a 7.
And Ronnie says she's actually 1/8 Irish.
There you
go. Well, I stand corrected then.
But Gora.
Still not as good as Scottish, but I think that's all the numbers.
Are you trying to get the entire country of Ireland to declare personal war on UE?
We have 1, 2 taking out the 10, 1, 10. We have 6 3s taking out all 4 8s and both 7s. We've got 5 5s taking out those 6s. This is a 5, ladies and gentlemen. So far, our lowest score.
Well, if we're starting country war, I was about to say that Australia is just New Zealanders who went bad and got sent to a prison continent.
No, the Australia was bad. I think the New Zealanders were the ones that went, you know what?
Yeah, they were the guards.
We're out of here. You guys suck. And so, yeah, They're the ones that were there before the prisoners were dumped in. All right, let's get a go for book number 11, and this one is with RDV.
Never call a New Zealander Australian, or Australian to New Zealander. You'll die.
You want to you want to get into a fight? Call a Welsh and Englishman. All righty, RDV. Here is your cover.
You know what's
Superman Man of Steel, number 56.
But you know what's worse than that? Calling a New Zealander and Australian is mispronouncing the word Naruto on purpose to someone who's a big fan of that. Naruto.
It's Naruto.
Naruto.
Can we stop declaring like entire sections of the planet off limits, please?
Okay, right. There, RDV. What do you think?
We are going 10 because we are DuckTales.
DuckTales. Whoa! Mxyzptlk is in DuckTales now. And he turns Superman into a money bag.
Yes.
All right, Dalton. What do you think?
This is a great concept. I don't know if it's working. Like, I think it's another one of those great ideas, poor execution things.
You sir are a fool and a liar.
No.
I like the way you said that as a question.
I am neither of those two things. You are incorrect, sir.
Boot to the head.
Wait, no? I think I'm not. What? No? You said that as a question. It was funny as fuck.
I was mostly surprised it was being employed in the first place. But anyway, I give this a 7. There's a lot of detail work that's on such small a scale that it doesn't really work.
All righty, we got a 7. But what from you, Pixel?
This is absolutely a 10.
All righty. And Amy and Melissa, what do you see when you look at this brilliant cover? I'm not trying to push you in one way or the other. But when you're looking at perfection, how do you feel?
Wherever I see.
This is really nicely rendered out. The angle works well. The little background there with the keyhole. Now, there's a giant keyhole in this bin.
Yeah.
Is that like Superman's? Like, I think.
Is this the Fortress of Solitude? But yeah,
it probably is. It turned it into
So it's like a giant key that Superman would need to get in there. I think that's how that is.
That's how he used to do it. Yeah, because he was the only one who could lift the thing.
Still does it in the cartoons.
Yeah, it's really cool though. The angle on it is well drawn. The detail and little coins in the foreground, and even the print on the money, and just they're nicely detailed. I do like the colors, and that's a very good mix. Just look, and this is kind of an unusual rendering for him. Like, he's got kind of a cartoony face, but it's almost like a modernization of what he looks like back in the 40s covers, which is kind of interesting. It's like it skipped a generation of development and just went from there to here, and then gave him the updated costume. I think it's cool. I would give this a 10. I think they did a good job with it.
All right, Melissa.
This issue is special to me personally.
Okay.
I actually own this one. It's a Simonson and John. It's Louise Simonson and John Bogdanov. They both worked on Power Pack.
Oh, really?
Right. Bogdanov actually started off doing the inks for June Brigman's work.
Oh, cool.
He's actually more known in the circles as an inker.
Oh,
he was also an inker. Yeah, he did a lot of inks and stuff in a lot of other books, like with John Byrne and stuff. To me, he's one of the best inkers there ever was. Anyone's art looks amazing when it's inked by John Bogdanov.
So his name on it.
I apologize, sir, if you hear me and I got your name mispronounced. It's how I imagine how it sounded my whole life.
Bogdanov.
But he actually went on and eventually started doing the art for Power Pack himself as the illustrator.
Oh, cool.
So, but his innate style is very cartoony compared to, like, say, John Byrne or June Brigman.
That would explain the beautiful lines,
right? And that why he does such a good job doing like more cartoonish characters. Like here, I mean, in this particular illustration, I see the dimensionality of the pool of gold, the bags, like. It's very intricately done. The colors are great. And I really enjoyed the story. It was a really cute story.
All right. So what do you score this one?
Horrible issue.
As if we don't know. What do you score this, Melissa?
A 10.
All right.
A 5.
Okay. All righty, let's go to the chat because I'm not jumping off that 10 train. Did you happen to ship my comics yet? Tony Hayes, I thought I did. I thought I shipped them to you a little bit ago. I will check to see if I've got anything left for you. But there you go. All righty. Let's go to the chat. And it starts with Dark.
No.
Yep, Summoner. Yep.
Don Rosa Touch gives it a 10.
Nice. And Admiral March Hair says 10. Loving the DuckTales homage. Well, is very cool. Michael Taylor gives it a 6. And that's okay too.
Rhaegar says, I don't care, Melissa. It's a 5. Literally, he's a good stuff, but not done well.
Didn't particularly care with the execution, but that's okay.
He's anti-DuckTales.
Jim Sorensen gives it an 8, and Tony Hayes gives it a 7. I think he's given everything a 7 so far tonight. One Slick Dude says this is a 7. Mixie's face looks like the Grinch. Oh yeah, I can kind of see that.
MK says, "Yo, I love comics. This gives me Smallg and Bilbo vibes. You know, DuckTales." Wasn't Mixie pretty serious in the Doomsday Clock? He seemed scared and can't say that word. And Manhattan, he called him a big bully or something. LOL. Hey, yeah, we don't.
I forgot that Doomsday Clock existed, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we're trying
until just that moment.
Try not to swear in front of the Lesters.
Oh, you're sweet.
Yeah, MK, you're a jerk.
Oh, no,
I'm just kidding.
Summoner. I don't know if that's
Impossibilians? I guess.
I don't
know. 4 Fantasticillions and 16
6
cents.
Impossibilions, 4 Fantasticillions, and 16 cents. Last night we read the first chapter of Don Rosa.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I'm guessing it's a 6 then for your...
Oh, no, Ron Burgundy.
Here.
You, San Diego.
Let's see. Ethereal Dragon gives it an 8.
I really don't like his face. It's very impish. Yeah.
Dark says, Mixie Tales. Woohoo! This is a 10.
Melissa, you were going to say something? I cut you off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not.
I thought Melissa was going to say something.
Keep it going. So, let's go to the...
Oh, no, we're just going down the list. I'm trying to pick out the numbers.
You know, yeah.
Desert Rose.
Okay. Another color. Colors are nice, but
Darth Kato right above that was a 10.
With Mixed Tails. Woohoo! This is a 10.
Superman 56. In their world, there were Mixie mixed with Elmer Fudd and Uncle Scrooge. This is a proper Mixie cover. Wonderful rendering. Mitzi and lots of whimsy. Sells the book. Wait, they're co-selling his book? Co-commission? I don't know. Square Looney Tunes 10 should be an 1,000, like Action Comics.
There you go.
Harry. Book number 11 from Henry Jeremick. It's very Bugs Bunny. Mickey Mouse. Based on the look of Mr. Pixelstick. It's a good cover. It's a 7.
Are we doing Eric and Breen? I guess we're doing it as Raven or Beast Boy? Or Starfire?
Henry.
You choose.
Eric?
Yeah.
Eric! Gives a Mr. Mxyzptlk invades Scrooge McDuck's vault. Score this a 10!
Never mind.
I said Eric is Regis Philbin.
Oh.
Really? Where was Regis in that?
I didn't say I do good impersonations. I just do impersonations. All right, let's get the stop here.
If you want to be Regis, just be quiet.
We have 1 5. Let's see, 3 6s, 3 7s, and 3 8s. So that is taking out 10 of the 12 10s.
That's right, kids. If you want a specific person, a specific voice to read your comment, leave it down in the chat below.
All righty. It might not be good, but we'll try. All righty. And then let's go for book 12. All righty. And let's see, who is that? Was RDV. So Dalton. Dalton, you get book 12.
Yes, sir.
And we have Adventures of Superman 496.
Nice.
Okay, we're ending on a 10.
Well, I decided since I added a book I thought was good, then it was shitty. I added another book. So there you go. All right.
Language.
But regardless, yeah, this is a 10. This is exactly as zany and insane as Mxy should be, and the colors and aesthetics of everything, and the framing is perfect. So 10.
All right. And that's why I put this one as what would have been last. Pixel, what do you think of this one?
Yeah, this is a 10.
All righty.
Is it Pixel or Raven's brother?
Ladies, what do you see when you're looking at this cover?
Yeah, this is really, really well laid out. The posing, the action, and just the overall composition are really, really strong. There's no like, sometimes you see them like the framing's okay, but it's got like staggering heads or something like that. This is really good. And the poses, even on the painters who are taking a tumble, they're not copies and they're really well done. The foreground building is well rendered. It's just really, really, it's a really good drawing. And it works as a cover too. I'll definitely give this a 10.
All righty. And how about you, Melissa?
Oh yeah, this one is absolutely excellent. The background is solid. The kind of fourth wall breaking, kind of reality warping effects are spot on. Superman's actions spot on, and the poor guys, it's like, they're falling, it's like they're scared, they're normal people. But thank goodness Superman's there. That he's going to be getting them in just in like a quarter of a second. So that's good. Yeah, it's definitely a 10.
All righty. And let's see, RDV, right?
Yes, that is my name. Hi, I'm RDV.
Hi, RDV.
Hi.
Hi.
Rate the cover.
Hi, I'm Pixel.
Hi.
Hi.
What do you think, RDV?
I'm Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, I'm Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Who's Tom?
Get on with it.
It's 10-second Tom from 51st State.
Yes,
so, anywho.
yes, I got the joke, but allow me to channel my inner Monty Python rival. Get on with it.
All righty, RDV, what do you think of the cover here?
Hi, I'm Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Please, I beg of you, stop.
So when you say something not to do with them, it encourages us to do it more.
That is true. It is a bullying tactic, but we're bullies around here, so it fits.
I'm not a bully. Hi, I'm Tom.
All righty, RDV, what do you score the?
It's the 10. I like this. He literally just pushed. This is Ordway janky hijinks.
Oh,
he pushed off
in the air.
All right.
Pushes them off there, where they're painting the board sign, and Superman's got to try and save them.
This is a 10 train we're all on right now. Let's go to the chat where Eric starts off with a 19.
Yep, I agree. But then he turned it down to a 10, which is okay too.
I'm gonna ask you though, what do you think of this when you saw Doomsday is coming? When you guys were reading this back in the day, you had no idea who Doomsday was. You're like, who the heck's Doomsday?
Yeah, well, we started to hear that they might kill him off finally, and so the anticipation was palpable. Hello, Eric.
Hi, I'm Tom.
Hi, Tom.
I'm out.
Please stop.
I love this. I love it around here.
Okay. Rhaegar says 10.
Tom says 10.
Yeah.
Henry Jeremick.
Book 12. This is a very good cover. It's an 8.
Darth Cato says meow meow 10. I'm gonna ask you, Darth Cato. You're holding a Sith lightsaber. What does your meow there say about that?
Yeah, they're cribs.
Okay, I have a request for MK when we get there.
All right.
Oh,
Let's
no.
see. Yeah, most of these have been really good covers.
Ethereal Dragon says, yep, it says 8.
Ethereal Dragon gives us an 8.
Now, can we get a stereo Melissa and Amy doing the Raven voice?
Oh, the
for
Raven?
MK.
Raven and Raven?
Raven and Raven. Whoa!
Oh, God.
Sure. For which one?
For MK.
For MK.
MK.
The low voices, the
So
Raven
are we
voices.
supposed to read them together? Or
Together as best you can.
At the
Don't
same-
don't
at the
worry
same
if it isn't
time.
perfect.
Okay. Oh, right. Oops. Sorry.
Almost forgot Amy and Melissa were here tonight.
Anywho, I like it when Amy and Dalton impersonates my voice. I'll say 10 here, and I have to wonder how does this little hat stay on?
Oh my gosh, can you say, and you'll stay here forever? And ever?
Listen,
You'll
I
stay
used to watch
here
a show.
forever.
Oh, goodness.
Come play with us, Daddy. Forever and ever and ever.
I'm sorry, I had to. That was awesomely creepy, ladies. I loved it. Thank you.
Oh.
So I used to watch a show called Codename Kids Next Door, and Delightful Children from Down the Lane did that.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I heard.
Yeah.
It was speaking exactly the same tone and everything. God, I love
It's the goal of
that
every child to grow up.
Yes.
By the way, I'm sorry, it now has to be done. That was a great performance, by the way. You guys nailed it. Thank you. Thank you.
And lo, it shall be thus forever and
I just
ever
wondered
and
how Amy was
evermore.
able to talk into like an echo effect like that on her
I know,
voice.
right?
Probably helped with their sisters and know each other very well.
Okay, so anywho, let's get back to the
Dalton,
chat.
it's only one person though. Michael Taylor says 10. Very cool action cover, colors, and nice detail. Jim Sorensen also coming back and say 10.
And March here gives it a 10 as well. Summoner.
It's a bit disturbing. A 7.
Yeah, I feel like Superman's gonna save him though, so it'll be okay.
Superman
Maranya says.
496. In a world where this is a perfectly rendered chaos, cover for Mxy. Mystery of how all this happened is a whimsy. Oh, that guy's back again. I hate that guy. He's selling the book instead of mystery, putting him out of business. His poor family. Superman trade dress in Mxy's colors. Score a mixed pickle. 10.
Mixed pickle. Let's.
I want pickles now.
Okay, right?
I know, right?
Make some potato salad or something, or just straight up.
Okay,
pickles.
so
Insert Pickle Rick joke here.
Desert Rose says this is great and gives
It
it
was
a
the
10.
funniest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah. Whoa, the man who can Seinfeld and header for 30 minutes about nothing, telling others to get it on with it.
Thank
This
you.
must be a bizarre world.
Okay, so let's move down. Desert Rose is saying this is great. It's a 10. I do have to admit this. I like this show since the very beginning, but it has sparked a little bit more. The shows are longer though, but the voices and everybody seems to be having a great time with it. So, yeah,
I do like that name for you, Natterteen.
Natterteen. Yep. Okay, so hello to Leon. Hi, all. Sorry, I was way buying a newer car than I had. 2015 Subaru Forester for $8,000. I'm so happy I don't have to worry about the snow here as much. Cool.
Awesome.
Plus, by the way, I think we need to get this in. She's so Raven. We're talking about you guys now. That was so perfect. Amy and Melissa. That was from Darth Kato. Well, now I'm scared, says Rhaegar. LOL, that's too good. Now someone needs to dumb their voices into that clip, but he fixes it and says dub. That was great and scary. So let it be written. So let it be done. Amy and Melissa have psychic link confirmed. All righty, there we go. All righty. Anywho, let's go. I got the stop, and score is this: 1-7, 1-8, and 17 tens.
Yep.
I'm almost thinking maybe I will skip that 13th cover that I brought in because this was great. There you go. I don't think we need to go to the 13th cover. It's a great ending. The one I'm going to move in because I hate the fact that I included that crappy thing, but it would have been this one.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
This is a straight.
Yeah, I don't.
Illustration.
I would probably give that a 9 if I had to guess.
All right.
It's boring.
Pixel.
I'm gonna go 6.
Every party has a. I forgot my own song. Every party has a pooper. That's what we invited you, Mr. Pixel, Professor Pixel. You didn't work so hard in college to become called a Mister. Sorry.
You know, I thought elephants don't forget, but apparently they do.
Yep. Melissa and Amy. That was a fat joke, but it landed on my belly and bounced off. And Melissa and Amy, what do you say?
I think I'd probably give this a 9. It's a nice pose and a good color, and it's very simple, but it's still nicely done.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, and RDV.
Hi, I'm Mxyzptlk, and you're on a Disney Channel.
Right.
He's got the little green. Looks like they're gonna draw the Disney thing logo. Yeah. I'm gonna go 7.
Okie dokie, but I love this, and I'm going to.
I would have loved it though. They would have been doing like the.
Let's see if I didn't put a go for. I wonder if Henry did.
He did 13, yeah.
All righty.
But Rhaegar says 9. Yeah.
Rhaegar gave it a 9. Dark Admiral an 8. All righty, cool. And then we had.
It's a 6.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Well, no, I was going to quickly go through because it was an extra, but do your thing, ladies and gentlemen.
Dark Kilo says meow meow. It's a 6. Michael Taylor gives it a 9.
And Anna MK says, simplistic yet stylish. I like the Joker graffiti neon green color. I'll go 9.
Does it
Love them and keep them and hug them and.
Oh, George.
Lenny.
Hey, George. Yeah.
Jim Sorensen gives it an 8. And Henry Jeremick
says book number 13. It's average. It's a 6.
All righty. Do we have any more votes?
As soon as you put the stop in, Moran will be like,
oh,
hey,
okay. Yeah, if I put the stop in, everybody else will jump in.
Right? Pretty much. That's how it goes.
Zoinks.
You kind of have to like move the chat yourself, and then it scrolls up.
Right. Okay, we're going fishing for MARANYA. We went fishing for MARANYA.
Right,
that's what happened.
On cue, yes. That is how that happens.
It takes a while to write that much.
Superman number 1. It's a portrait cover of Mxyzptlk that was well done in modern rendering. Good, not great. Needs more of a title character in peril. Score Eclipse. Son of a. Hey.
Tocipsism.
Oh, Tocipsism. That's
yeah,
right.
That's what
it's his name backwards.
What Little Britches said.
Exactly. All righty. There we go. We have the 8, and this is what we've got going for the score. Ethereal Dragon says 8.
Yep, I told you. And Leon Haley says 8.
And Leon Haley says
it's
8.
Never ending.
This is the score that never ends.
Because Michael Taylor
comes in with a 10.
To the 10.
All righty. And is that all? That everybody?
Do we hear more?
Desert Rose comes in with an 8. All
Her and
righty.
Sammy both like it.
All right, cool. And we've got 3 6s taking out the 2 10s and one of the 7 9s, and that leaves 6 9s. And we've got 1 7 that takes out.
And the 10 from Eric.
Let me try that again. All righty, we've got 3 6s taking out the 3 10s. We've got 1 7 taking out one of the 6 or 7 9s. So it's 6 9s versus 6 8s. This is an 8, ladies and gentlemen. No, he didn't give it a 10. Michael gave it a 9. If it were more dynamic, I'd probably give it a. Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you should put a 9 instead of putting a 10 in there. unsaid.
Well, but it's an 8 regardless. So.
It is an 8 regardless. Yeah. So let's grab that, and then we're gonna figure out where all of these things go, because we've got 2 7s, 3 8s, 3 9s, and 4 10s.
What are you, Black
It is
Mass?
a good
These are my
night.
things, my stuff.
All righty, let's put the.
Let's go back to that horrible Harley Quinn movie. Just remember that, where he's telling my stuff, my tings.
My tings.
Benny Grimm tings?
No, where Black Mask is complaining about Harley Quinn stole stuff.
Oh yeah,
Birds of Prey being shit.
So the 7s are here and here. The first 2 covers out. So, all righty, and I got the go for in the chat. So RDV, what is all we need is the favorite.
Oh man, this is so hard. 2.
All righty, Dalton, favorite of the 7s.
The electric cover.
All righty. Pixel, favorite of the 7s.
Wrong answer, 2.
All righty. Amy and Melissa, or Amy or Melissa.
I like the second one.
Same thing.
Okay. And
we'll go against the grain.
There you go. All right, let's go to the chat where let's see. Darth Cato says 2. Eric Breen says 2. And then we have Maranya says 2. So does Michael Taylor. Dark Admiral. Leon Haley says 1. And Ethereal says 1. Desert Rose says 2. And the 7's Electric Pix is the best. All righty.
Electric Pixel? Oh.
Yeah, Electric Pixel. Anytime you electrocute Pixel, it's a lot of fun. All righty. Let's say we'll get the stop. Any last minute votes will be counted. And but if you don't have 6 votes, it ain't doing anything, because this is going to switch. Zoinks. All right, we have 3 8s, so we're going to need to know. We're going to need to know your favorite and least favorite. 1, 2,
good night, Jim.
3. Have a good night, Jim.
Thanks for watching.
And see you tomorrow night. All righty. So let's see. We have 3 9s here. Oh, let me get the go for 9 in just a little bit. But for now, what we have here is this cover. This cover. And the last cover we showed tonight. There you go.
And are they already
going? Oh, they already started.
Yep.
Wow.
Okay, that's fine. The stop is the start there. RDV, what do you say?
First is the best. Ugh. 2 is the worst.
All righty. Dalton?
The chess game with Mixie and Ambush Bug is the best one. Then the parade float one, and the last one we did is the worst of those 3.
Pixel, best and worst of the 8.
2 is the best. 3 is the worst.
All righty, ladies.
I think my favorite's the 3rd one, and my least favorite is probably the 2nd one.
All righty. And how about you, Melissa?
Poor Jimmy.
I know, right?
Let's see. I guess my favorite would be the is it the parade one or the 1 or 3? Well, yeah, I guess my favorite is the parade one, and then my least favorite's probably the 2nd.
Okay. And for me, Amy, you went, right?
Yeah.
For me, the 2nd is the best, and the 1st is the worst.
I'm shocked that you chose the 2nd as the best.
Really? I've been saying it forever and a day. It would be up at the top in the 10th.
You could have the worst cover it could be, and as long as it has the ambush bug on it, you're like, it's the best.
It's a fun cover.
That is a true fact, yes. MK says 1. Oh, that's from the other one. Okay, so let's see. Eric says 2 is best, 1st is worst. All righty. And then we have, let's see, Michael saying 3 is best, 1st is worst. Next up, we have 3 and 2 from Leon. 3 and 2. And then we have the 8s. 3 is the best, says Henry. But what is the worst? All right, we got 3 is the best from Henry. And then we have Dark Admiral, the 1 and 2. And next up, we have Darth Cato with 1st is best, 3rd is worst. Next up, MK. Okay, I'll say for 8's 2 best, 1 worst. All righty. And then 1 and 3 from Desert Rose. All righty. And let's see. Maranya. Best is 1, least is 3. All righty. There we go. Holy crap, we're all over the place today. Did we ever get the worst from... Okay, from Henry? Nope. All righty, let's ratio this thing. Go on over here. Oh, sorry, 1 is the worst. Okay, there we go. That is funny. Oh my gosh, what I'm looking at here. All righty. The funny thing is every one of them has 5 votes for worst.
Really? Oh, funny.
Yeah.
Very contentious 8 category today.
But there is only one that actually ended in a negative. We have 4 positives, 5 negatives for number 3. And then one canceled itself out with 5 positives and 5 negatives. And then one has 6 positives and 5 negatives. And we basically leave as is.
Cool.
There we go. All right, let's get to the 9s. There we go. Let's get to the 9s. And these are the covers that we have on the 9s. We've got Genie Superman. And then we have the Superman News Building. And we have Chess Piece Superman. All righty, let me get the go for 9s.
It's getting harder as the level, higher the level.
I like that when it happens, you know. All righty, so here we go. And there's 3 of them, so we need to know your favorite and least favorite. RDV?
Yeah, I know. 2 is my favorite. Oh, man. It's like, which one? Eeny, meeny, miny.
I know, right? Oh,
good. 1 is the worst.
1 is the worst.
I love them all equally, though.
Okay, Dalton, what do you think? What is the best and the least best?
The Chess Piece Superman is the best one. The newspaper Superman that doesn't focus on the newspaperification is the worst one.
All righty. Pixel!
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with... Yeah, a newspaper building is the best. The worst is going to be chessboard.
Okay. Ladies?
I think my favorite's... I guess my favorite's the chessboard one. It's nice and colorful, and it's kind of funny, too. And I guess my least favorite would be the newspaper building.
Alrighty. And Melissa?
My favorite is the genie one, and my least favorite would be the chessboard one.
Okay, the favorite is the genie, and the least is the... Okay, and I'm going 3 and 1. I love the chessboard, and no, I'm 3 and 2. Excuse me. And I had problems with the newspaper board. Let's get to the chat where Michael Taylor says 2 is the best, 3 is the worst. Like all 3. Alrighty, that's why I started saying favorite and non-favorite. Henry says Superman's head exploding is the best, and then we have Superman checkers is the worst. And then we have Dark Admiral saying 3 and 2. And then we've got Eric saying 2 and 1.
Wow.
And next up, we have 2 is the best, 1 is the worst from Desert Rose as well. And then we have Darth Cato saying 2nd is best, 3rd is worst. None are bad.
That is true.
We've got 2 is best, 3 is worst from Ethereal Dragon. All righty. And if you have a last-minute vote, put it up there. If it changes anything, we're going to change it. But otherwise, I'm going to ratio this stuff. And here we go. Let's see what we had. Did we just get another score? MARANYA and MK came in with second is best, first is worst from MK. Second is best, first is worst. And then MARANYA says 2 is worst, 2 is best, 3 is worst. All righty.
But Kenny's all very good.
Okay, and all of them are very good. Yes. All right, let's see what we got here. We have a clear loser, and that's Genie Superman with 1 positive, 4 negatives. And then next lowest is 4 positives, 7 negatives with the checkers, and number 1 is the newspaper billing on the 9s. It was actually number 5. But let's go to 10s and figure out what are we sending to the bracket fights.
Oh, man.
All righty. To represent Mr. Mxyzptlk in the bracket fights. All righty. We have 4 this time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. RDV, what is your favorite and least favorite? Oh, hold on. Let me show them off like I did the others. I do like doing that, giving you guys a reminder. Okay, so here we go. World's Finest 123. And then we have the Checkerboard Adventures of Superman. And then we had the DuckTales Mr. Mxyzptlk. And the signs everywhere there's signs. All righty. RDV, what says ya?
Man.
I know.
I like them all for different reasons, too. That's what's great about these covers.
Oh,
that's why they're 10s.
They're all great.
Dang it. 2 is the best. I had to choose somewhere. But, 4 is the worst.
Really?
I honestly, they're all. I said I like them all the same. It's like I gotta choose one.
It's hardly fair.
And I just chose it randomly because I didn't want to I love the.
Did you roll a dice?
I don't have one. I just kind of the first one I looked at. I was like, okay.
Dalton, how about you?
The best one of the night is book 12. The worst one of the 10s is the checker floor one with Superman half in and half out.
All righty. So that would be 4 and 2.
Yeah.
All right. Pixel, best and worst of the 10s.
Yeah, I was going to tell you, just take RDV's vote and reverse it because that sign is absolutely the best. So number 4 is the best. 2 is the worst.
All righty. And Amy?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think I'll say number 4 is probably my favorite. It's got a really great selection of a lot of different elements in both composition, concept, technique, and just everything about it is put together. And I think also really, really suits Mxy very well. So I think overall I would say that's probably my favorite of them. But holy smokes, there's not a bad cover there.
Not even a 1, yeah.
There's not even a not great cover there.
They're all great.
But what is the least great?
Oh, the least great. I don't know. Maybe the first one. I'm not sure.
All righty. Melissa.
Hey, this is probably the toughest one for me ever because number 3 and number 4 is number 3 is my favorite, but I'm thinking number 4 is technically a better cover.
Well, maybe I could sway your vote just a little bit. There are no votes one way or the other for number 3.
Okay, I'll go ahead and I mean, huge points for the 4th one for being basically when you think action comic cover, hero dashing in, the character, someone in peril, the gags or everything are even time. It's a brilliant cover. But I do love number 3.
Yep, that's your favorite.
And also credit to number 3 on his own artistic merit. Looking at Tiny from a distance, a little thumbnail, it reads the most clearly of all of them.
It does, doesn't it?
That's an excellent composition, and I think it deserves some credit too.
Mm-hmm.
My least favorite?
No, there's not a bad one there.
I was like, okay, we're splitting hairs at this point, like splitting half hairs.
We are being exceedingly pedantic, but it is
head
necessary
hair or rabbits.
Follicles.
Follicles. Okay.
I was like, you take it, you split a hair, and then you take half a hair, then you split that. That's what we're doing right now. It's like only because some of the illusion of Superman trying to push himself out from the black checkerboard, it kind of looks like part of his body isn't quite lined up with the checkerboard. Mm-hmm. So like I'm just trying to find an excuse to give anything. I had to pick something. So
right.
It's like, for a marginal problem, then I might go with 2 being my least favorite.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, I'm picking 4 and 1. Let's go to the chat where Henry says Sign Paters is best, Batmite is worse. So he's doing the same, 4 and 1. And then Michael Taylor says 4 is best, 2 is worst. So we got 4 and 2. And then we have Darth Kato, 3 is best, 1 is worst. Okay. And then Eric, 3 is best, 1 is worst. Let's see. Henry, RDV, come on, just roll the dice. Maranya says 2 is best, no freaking contest. 4 is the worst. All righty. And then we have, let's see, 3 and 4 from Dark Admiral. Okay, and let's see. Those who hate on 2 have 4 senses. MK says 4 is best, 3 is worst to me, says MK. All righty. Not liking the DuckTales, huh? Ethereal says 3 and 1. Wow. Then we have, wow, Maranya, 4 and 1 from Desert Rose. Ramblin' Rose. Let's see what we got. Haha, which they say I admire the technical skills of 2 as an artist. The Dark Admiral, Maranya, I didn't expect you to do 4 is the worst. Summoner says 2 is best, 4 is worst. All right, 2 is best and 4 is the worst. All right, let's get that stop and let's figure out what is going to the bracket fights. Okay, and I do believe we have a clear loser, so we'll move that over because there are absolutely no positives and 7 negatives to World's Finest. Let's see, do we have any others like that? Just one, and that is book 2, and it really is close between these two. As one has 8 positives and one has 5, but one has 4 negatives and one has 1. So in all honesty, they end up with the same score of 4, but I always say the one with the most positives wins, and that has to switch it. There we go. And our bracket fight challenger, ladies and gentlemen.
Edgar just gave us a score.
What's his score?
2 is better and 4 is worse.
2 is better and 4 is worst.
That's okay. A negative for the sign and a positive for the Google checks.
8. That means 3 there, and that is 4. That I mean, he came in and he changed it right up, didn't he? So there you go. DuckTales with a positive of 4 is going to the bracket fights, ladies and gentlemen. All righty, a last minute vote by Rhaegar brought this one. There you go. All righty, cool. We hadn't had that happen before. No. That is pretty cool.
Hey, Rhaegar, no sniping.
No sniping. it's Sniper, no sniping. Oh, and I was going to do this again because sometimes Henry requests it since we have more people at the end than the beginning. Here are the ones that were rejected. Once again, you will see this one on it. But there you go. Okay, so one more time, ladies.
I know you're going to dig this. dig this.
Makes you wanna move. Take it on up and it makes you wanna groove.
There you go, kids. Those were the ones rejected. MK says, say again.
I was going to say with Greg, the rest of the guy in the chat, they're saying a lot of these you left out were better than the ones you had in there.
Oh, that's every
Yeah,
video
it happens every time.
I'll go ahead and say that Adventures of Superman one where they're all traumatized looking at the looking at Mxy and
Mxy is a
I
planet.
like the one where it's Superman and the big purple blob creature there.
Yeah, is that with the floating heads and the blob creature? The Death of Superman, the boxers. That's a 10.
Well, okay. I know the one you're talking about here. That's this cover right here.
Nope.
No.
The reason why I didn't put this cover in, it's a Mr. Mxyzptlk cover ranking. Look where he is. He's that big. He is.
Mixie's barely on it. Yep.
Yeah, that's not really a Mr. Mxyzptlk, and that is what keeps some of these off. There was a purple blob one also. You mentioned the purple blob one, and
that
once
one.
again, you see where Mxyzptlk or Mr. Mxyzptlk. You see where he is.
Yeah.
So he's on the cover for sure, but it's not a cover.
He's not the focal point of the cover. Yeah.
So there's Superman Adventures where he's crying, he's leaving home, and you see the giant laughing planet. That's that's Mxyzptlk.
But that, by the way, my favorite that I left off is this one.
Yeah,
but I don't do just outfits. So I love
the
this one.
character actually has to be there. Yeah.
I almost broke my rules. I almost broke my rule for it too because I really do love this cover. But
the caption, the death of that guy.
Yeah. I know. Maybe it should have been in, but I definitely have reasons for every.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kill that guy.
Yeah. It's like, who is the focus? What is the focus? This one. This was the last cover eliminated. And it was like I needed to get rid of something, and I was like,
by
you know
the
what?
skin of your teeth. Yep.
It doesn't have Mr. Mxyzptlk on it. Okay, the submarine one. Let me take a look at it, and I'll bring it up, and I'll explain why it didn't make it. And by the way, I love doing this. So if you guys ever want to know, hey, why did that one not make it?
The other one, my favorite one is the one I bring up is the Lois and Mxy.
Okay, this one.
Once we get through a bunch of these, we should do like redemption rounds where it's some of the rejected ones.
We can do multiples of Poison Ivy, Mr. Mxyzptlk. There are so many with so many covers. This he doesn't have, but this one I thought this is a very bare bones. So it almost like there's more dialogue than there is art, and that's why this one didn't get picked.
Yeah.
Any of the others?
Mucho texto, as the meme goes.
The one where Lois is leaving with Mxy now.
Yeah, I like it as a John Byrne cover, but once again, the focus is Lois Lane. This would be on Lois Lane's covers.
The focus is what Lois Lane's doing. She's leaving with Mxy. It props up Mxy, makes Superman look like a dork.
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the reasons.
The Sweet Christmas, the Impulse one, yeah. Wow.
It's a banana boat.
Yeah.
You dump Sweet Christmas and Lois mixed before Superman Boxers as a flag cover. Yo, hell yeah. Let's see, Sweet Christmas. That was the Impulse cover.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, where Mxy's stealing the cookies for Santa Claus.
Yeah, this
right
one.
there.
Didn't Ethan Van Sciver draw that one?
Yeah.
But that happens quite a bit. I mean, it used to bother me, but now I don't really pay attention. Sorry, guys. But because otherwise I'm going to get those hurt feelings again. You should have done this. You should have done this. I want to keep it fun. My fun part is going through And yeah, I do want to get the best. In all honesty, Poison Ivy doesn't have the best covers because the best covers are in this newest yet shittiest version of her title.
Which is a shame. Yeah.
Yeah. I mentioned if I wanted to do, I could do an entire month of the covers from the newest Poison Ivy run, and they're all beautiful and they're all brilliant. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to take a little bit from here and there. Poison Ivy is going to be on Sunday. I'm going through Dark Side right now.
I would propose that later this year you do the DC animated covers, like the Justice League Adventures, the Batman Adventures, Superman Adventures. You know, Young Justice. You know.
Dark Side had 150 covers, by the way, to go through.
Yeah, I can imagine how many covers.
So let me pop up the photo gallery, show you what I'm going through right now. Okay, here we go. And basically, I do have a way of going through things. And first of all, it has to be a focus on Dark Side. I collect all the Dark Side covers. You know, like this one, I would say how I do it. I go through them. I go, no, because Dark Side's on the bottom. Not really the focus. Yes. That one is a yes. This one would be a no, probably.
Well, it's Tom King. I would say no too.
Yeah, this one would be a no, even though Dark Side's prominent on the bottom. This is a very busy cover.
Yeah,
so
there's too much going on, not enough focus on him.
This one would be a no because of the boxes blocking it. This one I would keep in, wondering how you guys would respond to it. This might not make the.
This is definitely a Dark Side cover.
So I feel we've ranked that one before.
Yeah, this one will be a hell yes.
I think I am going to turn in, but thanks.
All right.
Me too.
Good night.
Thank you for joining us. This one would be a no because as awesome as the cover was to honor George.
Jose is correct. Yeah, dude. Long hair Lois, sure. But he says like Burn made short hair Lois look hot. Yes.
Yep. So I go through and I definitely have my
Breen ranked it a 1 because he hates that one with the Dark Side Cheerios or whatever.
Oh yeah, it's horrible.
I don't know. What's the Fruit Loops or that one?
This is an awesome cover.
Yes.
So yeah, I do have.
How far out do you have? How far out do you have weeks planned? Out of curiosity.
Well, I get them all fixed up. I don't have I don't have the. How far do I have weeks planned? We have 2 months worth of videos.
Okay.
Done. That's why I'm taking a break on the polls.
I was just curious because I wondered how.
Well, sir, I need to know 4 months in advance what we're doing. Okay.
Right. Well, we are doing Fantastic Four covers on when the movie comes out. I know that much. So it's Darkseid, Clayface, Solomon Grundy, Lex Luthor, Killer Frost, Brainiac, Black Adam, Ra's al Ghul, Cheetah, lame Batman villains, and Blackfire this month.
So are we doing Superman covers on July then?
Yeah, why not? We can. Well, they're both in July, but yes, when Superman comes out, yeah.
What day is Black Adam?
Black Adam will be.
Did we do already Black Adam?
No. Let's see. So Poison Ivy is Sunday. Darkseid is Tuesday. Clayface would be Wednesday. Solomon Grundy would be Friday. Lex Luthor would be Sunday. Killer Frost would be Tuesday. Brainiac will be Wednesday, and then Black Adam will be Friday. So it looks like 2 Fridays from now. Yeah.
Cool.
And yep. And that's how it's going to go. And then I've got some books, artists and such, Gil Kane, so forth and so on, from Henry. Henry bought control over the channel. All it takes is $5. You give us the book you want us to do or the artist you want to do, and you pick out whatever you want. So like normally I do 1 through 12. So I recommend you doing later issues. If you do this, go through Ko-Fi, just here's the $5. This is the title. This is what I want, or the artist. And Henry picked out a handful for the next month, And let me see if I can't find the list here.
Well, you guys can do team book covers, but I'm just saying I specifically want DC Animated Universe.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah. I mean, because there's multiple Justice League, but I mean, it's DC Animated Universe. We kind of cool too.
Yeah. Let's see.
Have you done Hellblazer yet?
Not yet. Gil Kane. John. It says for Eric, Gil Kane. For RDV, Romita Spider-Man. For Maranya, Bob Layton, Iron Man. For Englentine, George Perez, Marvel 2-in-1. I was impressed he chose those. Then Bernie Wright's in Swamp Thing. John Buscema, Conan. John Byrne, mixed. And Michael Golden, mixed. So those were what Henry picked out to control the channel. And I have 1938, Black Manta. Comics Cavalcade, Adventure Comics, video game covers, and Namor. And I've got one more to pick out for season 12. But Henry's choices and my choices will fill out season 12. So there you go. But yes. I'm thinking we do Jared Stevens, Doctor Strange.
Are you trying to give me a dual, a freaking aneurysm twice over?
How about Doctor Strange from the 1990s?
That would be good. Although Golden Age Dr. Fate has to fit in somewhere. The original more fun comics run.
You know what? I'm gonna put Dr. Fate in here right now. I love that idea. I love going to. You know what? That's my last one for season 12. I like that. All right.
So have you figured out why I've been using Garfield as my avatar lately?
Because he's lazy.
No. Why I am lazy, but besides that,
because you also hate Mondays, presumably.
Well, no.
Like most sane people.
I love Mondays. No, no, actually, because Garfield voiced VENKMAN.
Okay.
Right. Lorenzo Music.
And then vice versa.
Yeah. Bill Murray was actually mad at Lorenzo Music for making Venkman sound too much like Garfield, and then later, when they did the really bad live-action Garfield movie, they had Bill Murray voicing Garfield. So presumably, at least someone eventually told him, "It's because you also sound like Garfield, you moron."
I wonder if there actually is any true rumor, or if it's just a rumor, or if there's actually truth to that, because if that's the case, that's the most stupidest thing, for him to complain and then go on and like, yeah, I'll just be Garfield.
I think if there was the complaint, which I do think there was, that does sound like something Bill Murray would do. I think it eventually occurred to him, wait, maybe it's because I actually sound like Garfield. Hopefully, assuming the light eventually came on, and he went, "Oh, that's what I sound like."
I wouldn't be shocked if somebody else complained. It has nothing to do with Bill Murray, and they just given Bill Murray's really has gone taking the rap for it.
I don't know. He's had a history of occasionally like bullying directors or writers into stuff, so I wouldn't.
The other eight that Henry paid for was let's see, Defenders 1 through 12, Kirby's Fantastic Four mixed, Jim Lee's Uncanny X-Men mixed, and then Byrne Avengers.
Henry says, "Don't tell me which ones you're picking."
Defenders, mixed Defenders. So it goes past number 12. Mixed Fantastic Four, mixed Uncanny X-Men, and Perez Avengers. So there you go. So we've got an interesting couple of months. That's going to fill up half of season 13.
Summer. Or is he asking why does Justice League have unlimited? Are you talking about the current comic book or just in general? Because Justice League Unlimited was originally just the cartoon series they had at Cartoon Network. Where
it was the second season of the Justice League cartoon from the Paul Dini, Bruce Timm, DC Animated Universe.
Basically, it was just them like signing different teams to go out do different missions, all from based on the Watchtower. Everybody was basically like, remember, you're an Avenger, everyone's an Avenger. When it came to like the 90s,
that's the main distinction between Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. Justice League Unlimited focused a lot more on the allegedly minor characters.
Yeah. So if you're referring to the cartoon or the new comic books Mark Waid's been doing is basically that as he's doing. Just Unlimited, the cartoon series. But
how's he actually doing though?
I've actually been enjoying it because Red Tornado is basically merged right now with this is all the events after the stupid they had another stupid event where everybody lost their powers with Man of War, it's Solom. So people
of course.
So yeah. So Mark Waid though is doing wonderfully though. He's got Dan Moore on the art, and they have Red Tornado is basically in charge of the Justice League Tower, and everybody is based on the Justice League Tower, and they just whatever team they need to do something. They need heavy hitters. They dispatch them, in different groups. So it's not always the same team, which I love. You still have the main ones. You always have a Batman or you'll have a Superman on leading the team, but you'll have different leaguers with them. It's been really good. I've been liking it.
Alrighty.
Whoa!
I still think that Paul Dini, Bruce Timm, DC Animated Universe was probably peak comic book content, just period.
Henry, are you trying to fat shame me? I hang on the England, of course I'm fat.
I don't put the fork in your hand, man.
There's proof. There's pictures, man.
Anyway, I just marked the 8th for season 12. My 8th pick is going to be the first 12 Dr. Fate covers.
I was watching Wreck-It Ralph again. That scene with the rabbit where they keep giving him cupcakes and then eventually he explodes in the game. You ever seen Wreck-It Ralph?
Yeah.
You know, I'm talking about the scene with the rabbit, and they mess it up. They keep feeding him, overfeeding him, and the kids playing the game, and all of a sudden he gets too big and he explodes, and the kid's like, "Oh my gosh!" The kid freaks out.
Wasn't that Ed Gwyn's last voice role as King Candy?
I think so. No, King. I thought that was Alan Tudyk as King Candy.
Wreck-It Ralph, dude. Wreck-It Ralph was actually really good. I liked it. One of the last.
Yeah, the first one is really good. The sequel, I don't know what they were doing, and neither do they.
Yeah, it was okay. I'll tell you what. Me and Gail tried to watch that Moana 2 movie. Oh my goch, it was trash.
It's part of the.
Well, it was originally supposed to be a Disney Plus series, and they edited it down into a movie. If I can talk. Today.
Yeah, it's part of the All-In initiative, but like I said, so it suffered for sometimes the bad writing, but as far as not the writing that Mark Waid's doing, because he has to adapt other people's stupid stuff in other books. But it's been really worth the time and the money. Breen,
Mark Waid may be an idiot, but he is at least somewhat still capable of a good book every now and then.
He's one of my favorite writers. He's been through DC since post-credits, everything with the Flash, everything. He's actually been on the ball.
After Donny Cates unfortunately screwed Doctor Strange over entirely, they got Mark Waid back for a little bit to do Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I liked his Galactus story.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was just simply Mark Waid not knowing that Doctor Strange had changed much, but it did seem like he was trying to kind of revive the old school Doctor Strange more, which was better in my opinion, but then again, it wasn't great. It was just better by comparison because despite Donny Cates being everyone's golden boy for 5 minutes there, he was not good at Doctor Strange at all. It made me actually want Nick Spencer back because Nick Spencer's like Mephisto owning a casino thing was actually good. What was it called? I can't remember what that storyline was called.
Demons, Doctor Strange, wasn't he in hell? Vegas was hell or something?
Yeah, Damnation, Doctor Strange Damnation, that was what it was called.
I was going to say the Vegas hell, that kind of sounds like the Fantastic Four one.
Granted, that series shouldn't have started the way it started because Doctor Strange should freaking know better, but if I listed all the times where they wrote Doctor Strange stupider than he would be, we would be here all day because they don't know how to write Doctor Strange competently anymore than they do anyone else. So there's that.
I just found a comic that I was, oh yeah, I have this book. Okay. It was within all the papers for the show because I still save all the scores. Yeah, go figure. Not for sale, guys, but really cool. Anyway, guys, please join for the auction tomorrow. And On Sunday is the what am I trying to say? Poison Ivy covers. I know somebody requested Green Hornet. I got that. Somebody requested Supreme. I've got those coming in. I picked out. I did pick out some of the other books, not just Big Dogs and such. I've got a lot of. By that I mean a lot, not just a lot of Young Justice from the 1990s. Not that modern horse shit. I've got, I think, 2 lots of Captain America by Ed Brubaker. You know, so those are cool. Some 80. Yep. A couple of.
MARANYA, you know how I feel about hyper focusing on the Doctor thing. So I will have to take your word for it. But they need to stop hyperfixating on the Doctor aspect of Strange. He goes from being a Western surgeon to being a magical scholar.
Got some Cassie Batgirl as well. A lot of those, meaning 10. Like I said, somebody asked for some Green Hornet. I've got a lot. Plus, I managed to get this Parallel Lives Green Hornet miniseries 1 through 5.
Nice.
Alrighty.
As long as it's not the green, white, and black.
Right, no, it's not that one.
Oh
I've got some Superboy. There are 2, or I think you already have these RDV because they're in the 20s and 30s.
Yeah, I am. I need like towards the later ones. Yeah.
And then I've got the Pulp Heroes Annual.
I'm only like 6 books away from completing my Catwoman run, though. Took me forever, but no. But I had the Selena, not the Selena Kyle one, but the Joe Duffy one.
I grabbed onto some Chuck Dixon Robin.
You grabbed onto them Dicks?
Yeah, I've got some Chuck Dixon Robin as well. Oh, shit, no. God damn it. Then I have 20 Avengers from the 1980s. That'll be in the auction.
25, 20 Avengers.
25, yeah. the Robins committed suicide. And then, as I said, I grabbed onto some Green Hornet. Somebody requested them, so.
Gee, I wonder why I'm shadow banned. Because I use hard words like, yeah, I'm not going to say it again.
Yeah, well, I know. It's weird that they...
I mean, with how often Jason dies and comes back, he might as well just declare a timeshare with Ra's al Ghul there.
Yeah.
My question is how expensive is that book with in the Hush series where it's Jason Todd but it's Clayface? Because that's his first Jason Todd's first appearance, right?
Reappearance, yeah.
Reappearance. I can only imagine how much that private book is probably worth because of that. So
those were the books I showed off at the beginning of the show. Please show up tomorrow. Please bring your wallets. Yep.
Yeah, if you're gonna show up tomorrow, please bring your wallets at least 2.
I might have a midweek. You know, I did a second auction. I believe it was last Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday. It was the holy shit I fucked up and I on Gail's birthday auction. Well, it turns out that Ashley's coming home, and that prompted my parents to say, "Well, we're gonna go up and visit you." So they're traveling up here. Well, there's a problem.
They want to go for dinner?
Our basement, well, that's going to be a problem. Our basement never got cleaned, so we've been using our living room as storage. We have no furniture.
Whoa, that's
because we never went out because our plan was to come up here, go to the thrift stores, pick up furniture. And since we're using our living room, we don't have furniture. So I'm planning
on moving anyway, so that's why I never got furniture.
Yeah, I may have a holy shit, we need to buy a futon or a couple of chairs.
So people have places to sit and whatnot, like so they're civilized human beings.
My 70-year-old parents don't have to try to get up and down off the floor. Yes.
So, yeah, that's not gonna happen or go well, is it?
Is your dad safe to travel with everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad's good to travel.
Well, I know it all depends how bad they are to the bench. Some get mood swings, get violence, and
no, not even a little bit. My brother is he actually gets paid to take care of my mom and dad.
Wow, you should get that job.
Yeah, well, if your parents need it, because he needs to stay home to take care of them.
Yeah,
he draws a paycheck for it. Yeah. So they're taken care of. They're okay. They're just in their 70s, and that's all. But I'm really excited. I haven't seen my parents in a long dang time, and one thing that I think is funny is my mom said, "Make sure that Elizabeth knows that we have room in the car, and if she wants to ride with us home."
I remember we joked about that.
Yeah. They actually offered if Elizabeth wants to go back to Florida.
Do you know the funny thing? I'd be like, Elizabeth, did you talk to them? Because if you're going, I'm going.
Yeah, that's actually what I told Gail. I said, "Well, I didn't tell Elizabeth because I'm going to take that spot."
Yeah, you do not take the Florida out of the Florida man without a fight. Apparently,
I know Gail likes it for reasons. It's just it's not my cup. This ain't home to me. There are things I like.
Your heart in Disney.
Yeah, there are things I like, but no inflatable mattress. Not for the 70-year-olds. No, they're going to be staying at a hotel. I told them here's a nice hotel, and they booked one in the city.
But you'd like them to think that you live like a civilized human being for 5 seconds.
Well, they know how we told them everything, But yeah, I would at least when they come over, I'd like to have a couch, a TV, that kind of stuff for them. So if they want to chill.
Mm-hmm. Creature comforts.
Mom,
California, Dad. Summoner says. Okay.
Mom, Dad, join the live stream.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
There you go. Anyway, guys, I do have to cut this off because I have to take my wife to work at 6 o'clock, or we have to wake up at 6, and it's already
worse having your mom on the live stream or then Chef Jack, your brother.
Well, the problem, Jack was okay, but he had bursts of fury. He really, and that's his problem. That's his problem. All his.
I'm just saying, any politics talk. I'm just wondering if your mom would just go off.
My mom would talk politics, and she would get pissed at everybody because she went from Democrat to far leftist. Yeah.
I recall once Chef Jack got pissed at me because I called him out for using logical fallacies, and then he bitched at me over it.
Yeah. Well, I remember one thing I asked him was we were doing I think it was the Gabbies or something. And he goes, well, something won. And he went, well, people are just stupid. Jack, those are our viewers. Don't call our people, our viewers stupid because they
he caught modern Hollywood syndrome, did he?
Yeah. And he did it over and over and over. And then he got mad because I told him, yeah.
You can't piss off the people who are making it possible for us to afford rent, dude. What the hell?
Yeah, I said, disagree all you want, but argue the books. Why don't you like this book? Don't tell people they're fucking
modern Hollywood syndrome.
Yeah.
The fans are just toxic, don't you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, you kids have a great time. Thanks for hanging out with us. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good night.
Cheers, guys.